Alrighty, and now the moment you've been waiting for, the Sonic 3D Blast Relay, starting with King Rhodes and Brandino with the Saturn version. Take it away.
All right, everyone. Hi, I'm Amber Cyprin. My pronouns are they, them. And I am joined by my wonderful co-commentator who has also run all three versions of the game.
Hello, I am Supersonic. You may have seen me in the marathon before. I'm very honored to be commentating this race with Amber.
And so this isn't going to be a continuous relay. We are going to have in the background the time. There is no game audio to tech. There is no game audio on the main menu. Just so you're aware. Yeah, this is going to be a Brandino is just going. Hold on. Why is Brandino just going? No. No. It's okay. Brandino has a false start, is very eager to go, but so what's going to happen is when both runners are done with their leg of the race, we're going to go to a transmission. We're going to go to a intermission so that we can transfer runs over just to the next leg. So we're going to be doing Saturn, then Genesis, then PC. We have our other tech, the wonderful HUDs, keeping track of the following things. The times of each runner. That way we have the Team Knuckles and Team Tails final times. And the racers have decided that they want to donate $5 per death, and then $10, maybe I have this in reverse, but $5 per death and $10 per failed special stage. But the Saturn version has plenty of load time, so we have plenty of time to explain how this is actually going to work. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and count down our racers for real. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and they are off. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Sonic 3D Blast's flow, the general idea is that they are going to spend years in load times since they're playing the Saturn version, and they're then going to collect a number of things, but the primary objective is 5 flickies per sector, usually 2 to 3 sectors per level, bring them to a goal ring, throw them in there, and yeet themselves to the next part of the stage. Then the next thing that we will be looking at is going to be collecting the Chaos Emeralds in every single version, but not just, you know, the regular optimal routes for everyone. Oh, no. The closest you're going to get to normal for a 3D Blast Best Ending run is going to be, in fact, this Saturn run. You'll notice that we have Team Knuckles and Team Tails. We also have 2 Emerald routes that are all Tails and all Knuckles. We'll get more into that when we get to Genesis and PC. But for right now, the Saturn version will not be collecting their first Emerald until Green Grove 2. So keep an eye out for that. You might be wondering, well, isn't this just going to be like 3 of the same game over and over and over again? Well, sort of, but also not really, because with the best ending version of the run, the category that you see before you, there are different special stages that play extremely differently between each version, and the Saturn is definitely the best, even in spite of its load times. So you'll get the best possible experience, and then we're just gonna get special stages that are progressively worse. It'll be great. Like, it'll be like, wow, these are great, to, oh, these are kind of whatever, to, how did they manage to screw this one up by the time we're at PC?
That is probably the best way to describe it, honestly.
Yes. And I cannot wait for it. So as we go into Green Grove 2, we're going to be collecting our first Chaos Emerald, and you'll notice that the racers are going to be going out of their way to collect 50 rings. And the way you activate special stages in the 3D Blast games is collect 50 rings and then find either Knuckles or Tails in their respective, locations in every level. Give them the 50 rings that you've collected, and then head on over to that special stage. And we're collecting Knuckles. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're collecting Knuckles on the Saturn version here. So they're going to, you have Rhodes going right down this loop and then going to bounce back with 50 rings exactly over to Knuckles, and we're going to enter our first loading screen into our first special stage. Or maybe like our 10th loading screen into our first special stage. I can't keep track of loading screens.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines. And also the funny thing is you're paying Knuckles rings to grab a Chaos Emerald. They're kind of like bribing you into playing them.
Exactly. So while Sonic's 3D Blast was developed by Traveler's Tales, the special stages for the Saturn version specifically were actually developed by Sonic Team, which is really, really cool. And these are the only special stages in the 3D Blast trilogy, if you will, that have speed tech. And you'll notice, like, Sonic can roll. There's these speed boosters. These look a lot like Sonic 2 special stages. Maybe Sonic 4 Episode 2, Sonic Rush. Lots of really, really cool bits. And you can even roll down slopes. There's these ring gates that, depending on how quickly you can get to them, they give you more rings. So if you spend a long time getting over to them, they give you fewer rings. The faster you get to them, the more rings you get. So these special stages are really, really cool, and also the music for them sounds like it belongs in a Mario Kart game.
Also, you kind of notice how Sonic looks really different as well. Like, he looks exactly like pretty much the same model as the Sonic Jam version of, you know, like Sonic.
In Sonic World, yeah. I actually think it might be the same model. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's the same model. It's not the same model as R by a long shot. This is higher poly than that. But we have our first Chaos Fruit Gusher. And you'll understand what we mean when we get to the results screen here on Rhodes' side. They look like Fruit Gushers in the results.
And they're pretty enormous as well.
Yeah, these emeralds are abnormally large. I also enjoy how long it takes to get to the results screen from the Saturn version.
I feel like we just need a separate timer just for loading screen, like the loading times itself.
Oh god, like Saturn is such a anomaly, and Brandino successfully collecting his first Chaos Emerald, Chaos Gusher. So that's going to be fun as well. If we were to time the load screens, like they're actually different often between consoles because, you know, similar to PlayStation speedruns, the disc reader tends to be a little different between consoles, maybe based on voltage, so on and so forth. Like I lose 5 seconds per loads versus Rhodes if I were playing on console. For Saturn, and I'm very mad about it because, you know, this game is timed in RTA, so if you have a bad Saturn console, despite having the same model and a retail disc of 3D Blast, well, whoops, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I believe the Saturn is the first disc-based console, is it?
I want to say it is, actually, because it definitely came out before the PlayStation.
Yeah, like I would have said Sega CD, but that's pretty much an add-on to the Genesis to extend its shelf life. But as far as like a separate main console in itself, I believe this might be the first console that came out in terms of disc-based.
Yeah, I'm actually curious if the CDI predates this. Which we had a CDI game earlier in this marathon. I don't know when the CDI came out.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So it's actually funny, like, we're currently looking into, like, either doing loadless timing or allowing Saturn emulation, just, you know, albeit either on its own board, or if we do successfully do loadless, removing the loads for both console and Saturn, so that they could coexist. Because as far as I can tell, and this requires more testing, Saturn emulation seems to be accurate for this game outside of load times. And we have Rhodes on the first boss over here. 5 hits on each on the first 2 bosses, so this one and Rusty Runes each have 5 HP. And okay, cool. I thought Rhodes was going to lose that last hit there, because it took him a little while to pivot and hit Eggman.
Yeah, he went in to get 2 quick hits. Otherwise, Eggman would just grab the spike ball and just toss it around again. Sometimes hits may not register properly because hitboxes are very strange in this game.
Yeah, hitboxes. So with bosses in particular, it gets a little strange. Because if for some reason, like, you take a hit, and your Sonic's hitbox is intersecting with Eggman's, Eggman's hitbox just straight up disappears until Sonic and Eggman completely separate. And here in Rusty Rune 1, so we have the Saturn version up first because A, best special stages, and B, plenty of time to explain the mechanics of the game, so that we can actually get into, like, race commentary for the other two runs. You'll notice that there is a new color of Flicky involved. There is the green Flickies that come out of the alligators here, and every Flicky has a different AI. There's blue, purple, green, and red. Blue and purple both follow the same AI path of trying to actively look for Sonic, just at different rates, and the AI for the Flickies is actually tied to, and how it performs is actually mostly tied to the frame that you enter, like that, it's a global timer, basically, so based on frames passed since you load a stage up. And this is especially true of the green Flickies, where, if you actually take a very close look at them, they're moving randomly, but every Flicky kind of, like, slightly hops a bit. The red ones do very noticeable big hops, but every time they touch the ground, they're looking at the frame value, and in the case of the blue and purple Flickies, they're looking for Sonic's position, but green and red are like, let's look for, like, what value it is, and we'll change our direction based on what frame it is in the stage. And there's a whole explanation of it existing on, as a highlight on TGH's Twitch channel, actually, but it's also pinned in our Sonic 3D Blast Discord, if you ever want to really get into the nitty-gritty there. But shoutouts to Upthorn for figuring out the Flicky AI. And King Rhodes is still slightly ahead, moving into Rusty Rune 2, which is where we're going to get our second emerald, which I believe, according to my chart here, is going to be Rusty Rune 2 Knuckles. We're going to have our first instance of what we call freed Flicky flagging, which was discovered by Zergriff, another Saturn 3D Blast runner, where you'll notice Rhodes is going to usually avoid grabbing these Flickies because it's slow to worry about it. In fact, most of your time loss will be bad Flicky grabs, but he's grabbing the invincibility for safety so he doesn't have a failed ring route where he, takes damage and everything. He's gonna not grab any Flickies, but now that they're freed, what'll happen is once he enters the special stage and comes back out, the Flickies will be set to following Sonic, because Flickies have 4 unique states. One is trapped, one where they're stuck in the enemies, the other is going to be freed when they're out of the enemies but not attached to Sonic yet, and then the third state is going to be following, which is what state they will be after this special stage, and the fourth state is yeeted into the big ring, or known as saved. So we're in our the second Saturn special stage here, rolling down the hills whenever possible to get speed back, and then jumping out so that you can regain control pretty quickly. Just rolling down these, hitting the boosters, and Supersonic, you've had experience playing all 3 versions of the game, and you're one of the few people who, you're one of 12 people on this planet that have a Saturn and 3D Blast. So, what are your thoughts on these special stages?
Well, I actually like the Saturn stages quite a bit because of the speed tech that's involved. The 3D Blast, the Genesis special stages, on the other hand, are fairly simple, very linear, like you don't have any speed tech at all, but it's pretty much the same concept of, grabbing an X amount of rings in each leg. And then the PC version, which we will see last, it's quite an atrocity, but I feel like the music kind of eases the mood a little bit, but it does get very frantic very quickly. So I guess out of all these special stages, I would prefer the Saturn version out of all of them, despite the long loading times. But each one is very unique in their own special way. Well, loosely termed special way, but so,
yeah. I mean, I think you're saying that because of the PC version.
Yeah, particularly the PC version. Yes.
Yeah. So Brandino entering his own second special stage. Rhodes coming up on the end here for his getting to the second Chaos Fruit Gusher. And then, there we go. That one is like, it's supposed to be the clear one, but it actually looks more like opal or pearl. Looks more like a pearl.
It looks more like an icebreaker, like those.
Oh my goodness.
Those mints or something.
It really does. Actually, part of the speed tech involved in these special stages for Saturn is like you see the score countdown. It actually takes quite a while. And the more rings you have, then the required, like, however many, I think it's usually 150 or so. 150 to 200. I actually don't quite remember what exactly the upper limit is as we progress through these special stages from 1 to 7. But making sure that you have as close to exactly the amount you need possible is important, because otherwise this takes much longer than one might like. All right, so Rhodes, as you can see, now has all 5 flickies following him, and he yeets them into the big ring and moves on to Sector 2. And the next emerald we're worrying about is actually going to be Spring Stadium 1, but for now, there is the rest of this stage and the boss standing between us. I'm grabbing the green flicky there. You'll actually notice there's like really heavy fog in this version, along with rain in Rusty Rune. Like the Saturn version is actually the most graphically intense or graphically like advanced version of the game, despite being the second version released. This is actually the only version that Japan had for quite some time. So they had the Richard Jacques soundtrack until Mega Collection released on GameCube, which gave them access to the Genesis version with the soundtrack by Jun Sonoy and a couple of other composers as well. And oh my goodness, I just saw the most cursed emote possible being posted in the chat. Yep, that's a fruit gusher like stuck to Argick's face. All right, okay. But while we are, thanks Argick for that. So while we're at it, I'm gonna ask chat, and maybe we'll get a mod to post a poll here, courtesy of Nico Hart being a jerk and distracting me with this great emote. What's your favorite soundtrack? Is it the Richard Jacques Saturn and PC 1997 version, or is it going to be the Genesis OST? I personally like the Genesis OST, so if a mod, especially named Argick, would be so kind, considering you're the channel owner, to start a poll to end the debates of all debates with the game. It would be very nice to have a soundtrack poll.
Yeah, as far as the soundtrack goes, you know, like the Genesis version does have a very nice soundtrack, especially with Jun Sonoy working on it.
Yeah.
But then you have the Saturn and PC version, since they share the same soundtrack. They have a lot of great songs on there, but some of them just don't make sense to the stage itself.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think both soundtracks are phenomenal, except for Spring Stadium 2.
Yeah, I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah, Spring Stadium 2 in Saturn PC is just like really, really bad. And you'll understand when we get there, but for right now, Rhodes is actually in the inside of a clown's pocket, the Crayola box with all the crayons used, because, you know, someone did when they shouldn't have. Or McDonald's Play Place. I apologize for these floor tiles in advance, because they're real bad. Like these, these and Gene Gadget's floor tile textures are just like, why? They are just so overstimulating. I also appreciate that if anyone owns like an actual case for the Saturn version of 3D Blast, and you look at the back, Spring Stadium looks extremely different. Like, in fact, it has a different color scheme, and it's very clearly the Genesis version. But it's like a prototype where the floor was checkered instead of blue and green. It was like checkered like yellow and red. And it looks really weird. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got the poll. I'm voting Genesis. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and by the way, do we have some time for some donations?
We most certainly do, as we're in another special stage. These are long.
Oh boy. So first things first, we have a $15.03 donation from Axe Jacks, donating $15.03 because the total ASCII value of the only marathon. That's really interesting. Then we have a $10 donation from Big the Dave. Wow, I can't believe we have so many great runners doing Sonic 3D Blast All Emeralds, but they're relay racing it. And then also, I would just like to remind you, we'd like to send a massive shout out and thank you to Argick, who has offered us his channel and these polls this weekend to host the Only Marathon. He streams every day apart from Thursday and Friday. Feel free to follow his channel if you like Sonic speedrunning or join casual gameplay every Thursday.
Thank you so much for those donations as well as those messages. And yeah, definitely follow Argick's channel. I also just want to mention you should follow Fast Pace Events, which is the team that I head. Argick is part of that team, and we're the ones who have put on this marathon. Argick has graciously, and I know he'll hate me using the word graciously, but he has like very generously offered his channel to Fast Pace Events because we didn't have our Twitch up and running until like very late into development of this marathon, but definitely give that a follow because all future events by Fast Pace Events, including our flagship event, Fast Pace for Headspace, which raises money for Take This every December, will be on that channel. So if you do !FPE, you'll get our link tree, which has our YouTube, our Twitter, and our Twitch. Or you could just follow the link that Argick posted in chat to bring you over to our Twitch channel. Give that a follow. We would greatly appreciate it. And we have worked extremely hard in 3.5 weeks to not only create and establish a brand, but also put on this marathon. And the staff, volunteers, and runners and commentators behind the event that have so graciously supported us through this, would not allow this marathon to happen in such a quick turnaround. So thank you all so much, and I know we're about an hour behind on schedule due to some tech issues, and also like this being a very, very complex set of runs to set up, but thank you all for being very patient with us and understanding the time constraints that we were under to get this marathon out, so thank you. But back into the relay, Brandino has entered his third special stage while Rhodes is wrapping up Spring Stadium 1, I believe. We're going to hear, I don't know whose audio we have, but if it is Rhodes, we're about to hear... Okay, I'm being told we have Rhodes' audio, which means that we are going to have the most interesting choice of songs that Richard Jacques has ever composed. So if you like Saturday morning cartoons, maybe Who Framed Roger Rabbit, maybe some slapstick comedy, this really does read as the inside of a clown's pocket, and I'm gonna be quiet for about a minute or so y'all can experience this while Rhodes gets ready to get through this stage as soon as possible.
I'm trying so hard to hold in my laugh. You're seeing those reactions from chat.
Mm-hmm. Also, 66% of chat is correct.
Yes, thank you for choosing the Genesis/Mega Drive soundtrack.
You aren't wrong for selecting Saturn. You're just a little less correct. Both choices are valid, but Genesis definitely #1. Oh my goodness. So you'll notice that we have a gold shield. We haven't talked about the gold shield. It's also called the blast shield canonically.
Canonically?
Canonically. What it allows us to do is basically a prehistoric homing attack, and it doesn't home into items except for balloons in Spring Stadium for some reason. But also, yeah, like, it's a good time. Canonically, people are having a great time with canonically. God bless it. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, that wasn't the right way to say that, and that's gonna become the meme. So we're moving into the worst boss in possibly video game history, but certainly in 3D Blast. The Spring Stadium 3 boss is going to be an experience. So Rhodes is going to be going for what we call the single cycle, and using a specific visual or audio cue here. Rhodes is going to get the first hit, going to take damage, but is just going to go for the backup of doing the boss a little faster than intended by jumping up onto the second tier of platforms and trying to hit him from there. This is also the baby rage of the boss, the, you know, temper tantrum throwing boss. He's just not happy that we're collecting Chaos Emeralds and trying to foil his plans. And there we go. Rhodes finishing up the boss.
Yeah, it is by far probably the worst boss to optimize, yet even more annoying when you let it drag on. Oh,
yeah. Absolutely. And I'm actually not sure what controller Rhodes likes to use on the Saturn. Probably just a typical, the 6-button pad, hopefully Model 2 pad, and not the US Model 1 pad, because that D-pad is terrible. But I do know that actually, Brandino... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Brandino did confirm he is using the Model 1 pad with the analog stick.
Oh, no, that's the 3D pad.
Oh, that's the 3D pad.
Yeah, that's the one that was packaged with Nights into Dreams. That's the same one I use, actually, because I learned this game on GameCube via Sonic Mega Collection for the Genesis version. That's what I run on today. And I am really, really, really personally very, like, attached to analog stick movement outside of special stages. And then when I go to special stages for Saturn, I switch to D-pad because it's easier to move left and right because there's less travel distance. But there's actually a switch physically on the 3D pad that you have to switch back and forth depending on what you're actually doing.
Oh, so, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. So coming in, also, Rhodes is coming in on the Tails Emerald here in Diamond Dust 1, flagging the Flickies in Sector 2 and hopping on over down the Slush River and into the 4th special stage of the run. And these are going to get progressively harder, and I find the Saturn stages to be the most difficult. Let me see here.
And this is the first time we've seen Tails, correct?
Yes, actually. All the other stages have been Knuckles, I believe, up to this point. Because Spring Stadium 1, which was the emerald, the previous emerald that we got, that is the only emerald that is repeated throughout this relay. So Saturn repeats either Genesis Tails or PC Knuckles. Because, you know, there's 20 possible locations for emeralds and 21 emeralds we have to get throughout this relay. So there has to be one repeat, and we chose Spring Stadium 1 to be that repeat.
Gotcha.
Okay, third stage was Tails, okay.
And so since we're into a special stage, do we have time for some donations?
Absolutely.
All right, we have a $10.10 donation from Stellar saying nice, which, by the way, the cent count is at 69.
Nice.
Nice.
And then we have a $20 donation from Spec saying, Brandino is my friend. Shoutouts to Conquer. And then we have a $10 donation from Delta DY saying, you have all done such a great job with this marathon this weekend. Happy to donate for such a great cause.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those donations. We're actually closing in. Like, we've hit 9K, which is, like, triple the target that we were expecting. Brandino getting through that boss, by the way, very, very, very swiftly. Like, definitely looking like he's had a bit of a moment there, which is honestly how I would feel getting through that boss too.
I'm pretty sure the feeling is mutual with everyone that plays that boss.
Oh god, yeah. Like around 30 to 40 seconds, somewhere in that time range, I will gladly take in a no reset run, especially for showcase runs. Deathless is even better, honestly. Yeah, we are getting closer to $10,000 as well. So, like, thank you so much for all those generous donations. Please keep them coming. We want to hit $10,000 raised for the Trevor Project, which is a cause that is very important to us and was very important to kids. So thank you so much. Also, Brandino is tackling a snowman turret, which snowmen are the worst enemies in this entire game because not only are they enemies that contain flickies, which, you know, is fine enough on its own, but they are moving turrets. So they move a bit and then they proceed to, you know, fire around in a circle. But they also decide to be the absolute jerkiest of things and have an ice block in them that contains the flicky. So you have to beat the enemy and then destroy the ice block to be able to collect the flicky. But if you happen to roll into the snowman at the wrong time, basically right as it's, you know, going to be firing one of the snowballs, and then you, like, take a damage from that, you end up kind of having what is similar to what we believe is the Sonic 1 spike glitch, where you take damage from the snowball, but you also get hurt by the snowman despite destroying it, and you have, like, no iframe, so you just kind of die, and it looks like you get crushed by the ice block, but that's not what's really happening. When Kid was doing the task, Kid looked for values that indicated a crusher death because there were RAM values that would determine what kind of death it was for Sonic, whether it was like, you know, death by, you know, enemy or death by crusher or anything like that, and like what kind of damage he was taking. And we couldn't find any evidence of a crusher death, but we also couldn't figure out like what the iframes really were. But Brandino in the 4th special stage now, with Rhodes entering Diamond Dust 2 to collect the 5th Chaos Fruit Gusher. They are doing Tails for Saturn, it looks like. So Rhodes is gonna enter Sector 2, try to grab as many rings as possible here, enter into the pit of, like, the party pit here with the rabbit and the snowman, and just grabbing the 50 rings needed to get Tails, entering the 5th special stage. And, but with both players here in the special stage, now's a great time for any messages. If Astro wants to go ahead and plug anything, that would be fantastic.
Alrighty, so first off, we have a $10 donation from Swezzy saying, Eggman. And then we have a $50 donation from Blitz Hedgie. Hi all, donating $50 to help support this wonderful cause. Thank you to everyone working behind the scenes to make this event happen, and loving the 3D Blast Relay. Good luck to all the runners. Less than 3. And then we have a $5 donation from Midsummer Nights saying, Hey chat, you're all looking super cute. Aw. We should all buy tickets to the $5 train so we can ride it straight to $10,000. So happy to be able to donate to this wonderful cause. Less than 3.
Y'all are fantastic. The cutest of chats, honestly. Like, if you didn't catch Nico Hart's Alien Isolation run earlier, go to the Fast Pace Events Twitter and just, like, listen to the cute chat ayaya rap, and that's me to you right now, except I can't rap. So we're not going to try to go there. But thank you all so much for that generosity, and just remember, if you are donating and you are looking for something else to donate to besides just the charity, there are some bid wars and incentives still open. There's actually the Deltarune target, which Astra here is running later, and then we also have a couple of bid wars for soundtrack choice as well. So thank you again so much for those really awesome donations. We really appreciate it, and it's going to an incredible cause. So Rhodes is getting the end of the special stage here for the amethyst-colored gusher. I think this one is grape.
Yep,
Is it
grape
grape?
flavored. Yeah, I would say it's grape flavored.
I mean, it's either that or like what else would be purple? Like eggplant, but that doesn't actually taste like something I'd want to eat as a fruit gusher. So let's not.
That sounds pretty gross.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh. I thought Brandino, like if Brandino wasn't jumping there, that was an instance of like what I was talking about with the snowman. Actually, if Brandino had been rolling there, he probably would have died. But he jumped and managed to take damage despite destroying the snowman, and that is like very, very close to taking a instant death. But definitely avoided, like dodged a literal snowman bullet there, I guess.
That was a very close call. Like, those snowmen are very finicky as well in terms of their movement.
Yeah, like they have a set path, and it's just like it's so frustrating to deal with because if you miss them on their path, because enemies in this game are based on most of them are camera-based cycles. So when they come on screen, they are they are liable to move like in ways that you aren't expecting, or like no, sorry, I'm thinking of the next type of enemy AI, but the camera-based AI are consistent, and once you miss that, like what you're used to, it can be then a little unpredictable. But the other type of AI is global, much like Flicky's, and we're actually past the point of any global AI at this point that would be have any sort of impact on the run. But Brandino losing his shield going into Sector 2 here in Diamond Dust, so cannot take an intentional hit to get past the snowman. Oh no, that's a failed ring route right there. So Brandino's gonna have to try to pivot and try to collect enough rings to get tails here. So also as Rhodes is going into Diamond Dust 3, I'm going to yell at Rhodes real quick. Get Knuckles in VV1.
Yeah, he needs that reminder.
Yes. So Brandino trying his absolute best. Getting that snowman is the right thing. Brandino is not going to be able to come back to get the emerald here, though. So, like, once he goes through this way, he can't pick up this emerald. So I'm wondering if he's going to just try to, like, pivot and get a different emerald and just get Knuckles, which is off the route that they're supposed to have, but you have seen Tails via Rhodes. So this is actually a overall failed ring route, but still a valid run overall.
Now we can see on Rhodes' screen, like, the boss fight here.
Yeah, if you didn't see the task yesterday, you should go watch that, because snowman bounces are absurd. Rhodes are not doing them here. Rhodes is not doing them here. But like, just 53 is completely fine in a no reset. 53 is completely fine. I actually didn't see if Rhodes had taken damage there, because that usually you can get like a 49, not 49, you can get like a 49 or a 50 or even a 51. Get Knuckles, Rhodes! I believe in you! So apparently Rhodes was practicing the wrong emerald this whole time. His splits said, get Knuckles, and instead was getting Tails. The whole time, and like right before the race, we're like, yeah, you have to get Knuckles, and he's like, what? I have to get Knuckles? Oh, crap! But he has to get every ring here, because this is a perfect 50 ring route, but he's gonna grab the invincibility first. He's actually going to grab rings off of that spring, which is a little slower. He's at 48, 49, 51. All right, cool. And then he's going to break this wall and go into Knuckles, which is going to be his 6th emerald as he finds his way through the little S-bend tunnel. That tunnel's weird. It's not a straight shot. It's a weird, like, S-curve.
Yeah, and especially, like, since it's pretty much concealed, like, within the wall, you can't really see where you're going. So he had a little bit of trouble trying to maneuver his way through it.
But Brandino, honestly, like, let me tell you right now, Brandino has been working really hard to learn how to optimize these special stages for the Saturn version. I also didn't realize that the blue floor for this one that Rhodes is in, which is Emerald 6, is actually transparent. Did not realize that until just now. But yeah, like Brandino has been like studying Zergriff's previous world record for the Saturn version, because Zergriff has some of the most impressive Saturn special stages with absurd speed tech. And if you haven't watched Zergriff's run on the boards, you should, because it's really like, I recall when I verified it, Zergriff was like, yeah, like the rest of the run was like kind of a disaster, but I worked really hard on getting those special stages right. And Brandino is doing his best to learn a lot of that speed tech, and it really shows in his special stages. Because Rhodes plays these very, very safe by getting like a ton of rings with what he's, you know, doing what he's comfortable with to ensure that he doesn't fail out of them, while Brandino is trying to optimize like getting the right amount of rings, trying to get to the end as quickly as possible to like make up for rings he's not picking up or damage he's deliberately taking, just so he can get close, as close to the 150 rings necessary as possible. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm also being informed by the rest of Team Knuckles that due to Brandino having to do a pivot into Diamond Dust 2 Knuckles, Lexi, who is the PC runner for Team Knuckles, will be pivoting into Diamond Dust 2 Tails instead of Knuckles. So just a small route change, just so both teams are showcasing all Emerald locations, which is awesome. So thank you so much for deciding to do that route change. And apparently it's her preferred Emerald, so it all works out. Brandino saved her. So Rhodes is going into the rest of Volcano Valley 1, struggling to get out of that tunnel a little bit, which is completely fair. Knuckles is actually not done in the optimal Emerald route. Like, Volcano Valley 1 is actually looked over, and instead is we get typically Spring Stadium 2, which was skipped for this this relay for the Saturn version. It's usually Green Grove 2, Rusty Rune 2, Spring Stadium 1 and 2. Both Diamond Dusts and Volcano Valley 2 is the optimal stages to get emeralds from. But we're moving in to oh, Rhodes is not getting the shield. I usually get the shield for safety, but he's hopping onto these blue elevators that are activated by the spin dash and is going to try to jump up a little early before getting to the very top, just because it saves a little time to do so. I'm going to roll off. There we go. Very beautiful over there. Brandino heading into Volcano Valley 1 himself. Don't get crushed by that elevator because you can die. My goodness. Don't do it.
Yeah, that was a very close call once Rhodes rolled off the elevator there. Normally he tries to jump as soon as possible, and there's actually a visual cue for that. When you look at the textures of the wall, and while you're revving up the spin dash, Sonic can actually jump a pretty significant amount of height in order to make the ledge. So he usually goes for that visual cue to, you know, pretty much jump up as soon as possible.
All right, Brandino getting the ring route pretty cleanly, getting through the tunnel, and grabbing the 6th Emerald special stage there. And Rhodes going into, oh god, I've been informed Nico Hart has 2 new versions of Arg, Jam, and Ham. Oh, is that, oh, that must have been actual, like, jam, not Fruit Gusher, now that I'm thinking about it. That was on Argick's face. Alright. So Rhodes is actually going into this special stage, needing to get Volcano Valley 2 Tails. And the unfortunate thing about getting Volcano Valley 2 Tails is that he will be giving up his Fire Shield in return. And the Fire Shield is very, very necessary. Well, not necessary, but like very appreciated, we'll say, at the at the end of this stage here. I'm being told that the new Argick jam is now Argick Dam. D-A-M. Because it's a beaver. Oh my god. Why? Yeah, there's now Argick Dam and Argick Jam, literally. I can't. They really just tweeted this out. Who's on social media? Oh no! Alright, while we're in space, I hope you like space. Actually, this special stage looks really cool. This is the final special stage and is honestly the most complex and difficult. Having to get 80 rings before hitting the first checkpoint. And also dealing with all of these side, not side roads, but like, bends, turns, and these spiraling mines as well. If you have anything that you'd like to read out, Astra, now would be a fantastic time while both runners are in special stages.
Sure thing. Alrighty, so I should mention that this marathon is being presented by the team at Fast Paced Events, founded in January of 2022. Their mission is to promote mental health and LGBTQ+ awareness through speedrunning and to raise money for mental health and LGBTQ+ charities by beating games at a fast pace. You can find more information about the team by checking out their Twitter account over at twitter.com/fastpacedevents.
Thank you. And, Argick wants to know what is happening here, and, I'm sure somewhere Nico is in a call, like, just coming up with dumb ideas that rhyme with jam. For some Argick spam here. I just want a can of spam on this man's man's face. I got so into, like, rhyming that I realized that, wait, this is Argick's face, not his hand. Alright. So, Rhodes finishing up, Special Stage 7, which is securing his, best ending route. And Brandino also has secured his 6th Fruit Gusher. I'm inconsistently calling them Emeralds and Gushers. Don't mind me. Chat's having a great time right now.
You know what? I gotta say, I'm probably the one responsible because I was the one that made that typo in the first place.
Yeah.
The Argick, I'm so sorry.
No apology needed, really, because you've birthed something incredible. Because a certain Final Flame and a certain head of scheduling for fast-paced events convinced Nico Hart to decide, like, to take to Photoshop.
Also, I just wanted to mention something very important. We have a $1.23 donation from Final Flame, which brings our total to $9,370.92 away from the $69.69.
The correct course of action is to get us to $10,069.69, right? We absolutely can, and
yeah, that's what we got to do.
For those of you who are just joining us,
I know we can do it.
About 46 minutes into this, or 45, or we're some amount of time into this relay. We're still in the first leg because Saturn has, you know, load screens that take a year, and while still having the trade-off of having the best special stages. I'm just looking at this animated beaver on Argick's face. I need to click away so it stops animating. I'm good. Anyways, the idea here is we have Team Knuckles and Team Tails, represented by all 3 platforms of the game. We have your Saturn runners, Brandino and Rhodes right now. We're going to be doing leg 1 until they both finish, and then we will move to leg 2 after a short intermission to get it up and running. We were going to have it be continuous, but due to our setup being what it is, we're just choosing to instead go to intermission so that we can comfortably get the next leg set up. We do have someone in the background that is checking on the time of each leg for each team so we can actually get the proper relay race time done, and we'll be able to announce the winner at the end. But otherwise, we're going to be moving from Saturn to Genesis to PC, all while showcasing on both teams all 20 Emerald locations plus one repeat across the entire game. So you're getting basically everything that 3D Blast can offer outside of collecting the Sonic Head medals, which is not tracked in the original retail release of these games, but is a trackable item in the Director's Cut mod of the Genesis version. So yeah. It's still by time rather than best 2 of 3. We do have our wonderful other head of tech that isn't the one actively restreaming this. HUD601 is currently keeping track of the RTA times of both runs. And we'll also be tracking, and you can feel free to track this as well, chat, $5 per death and $10 per failed ring route, which we currently have 1 from Brandino's unfortunate mishap in Diamond Dust 2. And a failed ring route is when you are collecting 50 rings with the intent of going to Knuckles or Tails, and you take damage, and you have to try to, like, reroute on the fly, which is what Brandino has had to do. So that's going to be at least $10 donated so far. I will gladly match that. My wallet is currently quaking, so for the rest of the race, please do not die or, you know, fail your ring routes, folks. Oh my goodness, that was really, really swag on Brandino's side. Holy buckets.
I will also be joining in on that donation train as well. So,
and I'm saying this with full confidence that the rest of the race will go without incident. Without incident.
Heavily stressed.
But yes, Mindas is your current restreamer. They are fantastic. They are our other head of tech alongside HUD601 here at Fast Paced Events. And they are being absolutely smashing at restreaming this race in spite of the technological challenges behind it as well. So shoutouts to both HUDs and Mendez for being incredible members of the Fast Paced Events team. This event literally could not happen without either of you. Mendez is also our resident master of spreadsheets. The production schedule that the volunteers have been using, along with all of the other spreadsheets that we have been using, has been fine-tuned by Mendez, and without them, this would not go nearly as smooth.
Yeah, I would like to echo that statement. Everyone on this crew has done an amazing job for putting together this amazing event within 3 weeks' time, and it's pretty amazing to see like the amount of work put in, like the amount of dedication. I'm just honestly really proud to be a part of it as well, whether it's as a runner or a commentator, just being a spectator in general. And we also appreciate all of you, chat, for being here with us throughout this entire weekend, and as well as throwing in donations for a really great cause. And I honestly hope that we're doing Kid proud with the work that we have put in for this.
I am positive that Kid would be very proud of us all right now. And that includes you, chat, for all of your wonderful support, hyping up, and donations, and everything. Like, just thank you. And we're also less than $10 away from 9.4K. Can we hit that 9.4K? I'd like to see 9,500 by the end of this relay at minimum. And in fact, if I can just take a quick look, because I have the access to our incentives as well. We are... How far away are we from this? We are actually at $349.59 away from hitting the Deltarune incentive of seeing the original Starwalker, so it would be really awesome if y'all hit that so that our lovely host Astra's Evolution can show you that Easter egg in Deltarune. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, and then also, I should mention, since we last talked about it, the bid war between the soundtracks for DuckTales Remastered is getting very close now. The 8-bit soundtrack is now at $51.03, and the remastered soundtrack is at $78.01. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty close race now between those soundtracks.
Did Sonic CD already close? Or, like, I fell asleep before the relay, so, like, did CD already close, or is CD11 coming up with the US and Japanese soundtracks?
CD11, JP is currently winning by a very hefty margin at $500.46 or $546.29, and US is at $24.70.
Oh goodness! So if you want to get us to 10K and you want that soundtrack to win, that's a great idea. So just putting that out there. Just drop that $600 donation on the Sonic CD's US soundtrack.
Yeah, and then do we have some time for some donations?
Yeah, sure. So Rhodes is in an auto-scroller boss, and Brandino is entering... I've lost track on which Gene Gadget stage it is, if it's 1 or 2.
I believe it's 2. Oh, wait,
Right.
no, Gene Gadget 1, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Great time for donations as Rhodes heads into Panic Puppet, and Brandino goes into Gene Gadget 1.
Alrighty, so starting up, we have a $16.35 donation from Badlex727 saying, "Can we get a $1 train going? That'd be pretty hype to see." It would. And then we have a $10 donation from Ruffled Bricks saying, "I saw a train running through Glasgow with the speedrunner's face on it. It was Argick Tram."
Oh my goodness. I could just hear Supersonic laughing in the distance. Oh my god. So there's another idea for you, Nico Hart.
Oh, what have I done?
You've created a beautiful monstrosity, Supersonic. So you
You're
might notice
welcome.
some of this commentary is a giant, like, meme post. Yeah, that's kind of the 3D Blast community in a nutshell. You should join us if you're interested in learning any version of the game. This is a great way to see what all 3 of them look like. So, that is definitely, we're definitely a community that is pretty relaxed and very happy to help newcomers. We have a Discord of our own. You should join it. I know Amethyst will talk a little bit more about that after the relay. Amethyst is the one who was like, "Hey, can we just make a 3D Blast Discord?" And I was like, "Yeah." But Rhodes going out of Panic Puppet 1 with Brandino exiting Gene Gadget 1 as well. So Rhodes is going into the only stage that has no flickies whatsoever, but does have the mandatory isometric platforming. Which is also a good source of our name, the International Isometric Salt Mine, complete with business cards. And Brandino is heading into what we call the Slope of Rage, and we're going to see if he does not slip down the slippery slope of rage via some soap.
Yeah.
I am very glad that I did not trip over my words there. Shoutouts to the 3D Blast tournament where I said Soap of Rage. And people have not let it go since, June or July, or I don't know how long ago that tournament was, but that was a long time ago, and y'all still haven't let that go, so I embrace it. So Brandino's gonna collect the first flicky down there and head over to the second flicky by a turret, because Gene Gadget's really, really mean. If you learn this game, if you can run Gene Gadget, you can run the rest of the game. Like, that's my recommendation. Just start with the hardest level. Oh no, Brandino, please! It's the soapiest Slope of Rage. Can we get like $5 per Soap of Rage? Yes, I said Soap of Rage that time. Like, all right. I will personally throw in $5 for every slipped slope of rage and every failed mandatory isometric platforming. We also missed our first Eggman. I am ashamed and, like, I feel terrible now. So, Eggman.
Eggman.
His face right there. All right.
Yeah, that's a Swezzy for that, by the way.
Yeah, shout outs to Swezzy who ran Celeste earlier in the marathon for being the source of that.
I still crack up every time I see that clip.
Oh god, yeah. Just Jay immediately losing it. Like so for context, Swezzy was racing Jay when TGA Jay or TGH, I call him Jay. Swezzy was behind in Panic Puppet 2 and TGH was ahead in Panic Puppet 3, and there was just a moment of silence waiting for the boss fight to start in Panic Puppet 3, and all of a sudden you can hear just Swezzy say, Eggman! As they went through the pipes that shows through Eggman's face. So it's great. So Rhodes is in what would be the beat the game final boss before the final fight in Best Ending. So because you know it's a but wait, there's more.
I just noticed on the stream layout. Did you see that title?
Mendez! Just a very timid over the Discord. Who was it me? Hugs! Argick! Whoever else has access to the production schedule, I am fighting you after this relay.
I just saw that right now.
Absolute filthy mamers. So Mendez has put together a wonderful compilation of the Sonic 3D Blast tournament. You might understand the context over the current run title if you go watch that on their YouTube. In fact, Mendez, you are free to plug that in the chat so people can bookmark it for later. Or if anyone else can grab that video, because it is hot, like, hot 3D Blast action right there. Chronicled in absolute hilarity.
Oh
Ambo! Good HUDs! Ambo! Excellent typos here. Oh my goodness. Also, Rhodes is going into the final fight. The final fight is like the only stage that is very, very different graphically throughout all three versions. Like there's slight differences between PC and Saturn. Saturn's usually the most impressive. Genesis has the plainest graphics, but I think are still really good for, for that version of the game. And then this one, this is, the Saturn version of this fight has a lot going on with the background and everything. But the final fight is basically, let's take the same 5 phases that are all kind of like mediocre and boring and repeat them. Let's loop them. Let's do 10 hits. And like when we get to the 5th hit, it's just like, but wait, there's more! And it's just the same 5 phases over again.
Yeah, so this is pretty much your reward for collecting all the Chaos Fruit Gushers.
Yep, so you'd think it'd be something really cool like Supersonic and Doomsday Zone. Nah, you get the most underwhelming boss fight known to man. Just this. Yo, Brandino getting that smooth lever jump, by the way, in Panic Puppet 2. Can we get some Flick Blastly on the stream when Brandino gets to the conveyor belt? Because I could not find Flick Blastly. Because I was asleep. Oh, Brandino getting trolled by the slope. There we go. Could have used the spin dash backup method to get up that slope as well. Struggling a little bit with these canisters because they are tall, they are annoying, and they have the worst hitboxes. In fact, if Eggman had just shoved every Flicky into these canisters, like, that would have made things way more difficult on Sonic. So he should have done that. Full stop. By the way, if you look at Rhodes' screen, the safest place to stand in front of a gun that is firing at you is point blank, apparently. At least if Eggman is the one holding it. Because Eggman's got some real Stormtrooper aim here. That safe spot was discovered by TGH, and the spin dash jump into the boss was, like, supplemented by me. So, that's really, really fun. Oh no, we've got a new poll in chat. Pick an ARG emote. Emote number 1 or number 2? Number 1? Question mark? I am very frightened. We've hit 9.5K!
Oh my goodness, yo, let's go.
Most certainly do. Maybe an Argick Eggman.
Eggman.
Sorry, I had to catch up since we were in Panic Puppet, and I missed it the first time.
Okay, let's try that again. All right. So, $3.42 from Race Prouk with no comment.
That was time on Rhodes' end for the one who was tracking the time. The fade out was the time on Rhodes. Brandino going into the second to last boss. You can go ahead and keep up with donations. Sorry about that.
All right, and then the $27.17 donation from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you. Then the $1 donation train, starting with Lactus saying, "Choo choo, train time." Then Hypnotics with a $1 donation saying, "Yes, Badlix, we can get a $1 train going. You love to see it." Then a $1 donation from Majin Moogle saying, "If Argick scores in basketball, does that make him an Argick slam dunk?" Then a $1 donation from Badlix727 saying, "$1 hype." Then a $6.92 donation from Shy Gal with no comment, but thank you. And a $20 donation from Anonymous, no comment. And then a $20 donation from Blitzhedgy saying onward to 9.5K, then 10K and beyond? Question mark? And I've just been informed we have reached $10,000. That is
what? Holy
amazing.
Buckets. That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and someone had donated, Anonymous had donated $500 with no comment.
Wow. That is incredibly generous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Like,
and then do we have
I'm so proud. Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
All right, and then $1.22 from Anonymous with no comment. And then from Aiden Hawk, $10, says, "This entire event has been incredible, and I'd love to see it hit 10K donations." Well, we have. Thank you, runners, for all the entertainment. P.S. On behalf of Squee FC, please give us more Argick memes. Yes, please. More Argick memes, the better.
Oh, absolutely. I want all the Argick memes. That would be fantastic. Brandino is going into the final fight as well. It looks like we've opened one more incentive. So we are looking at, since we have the plenty of time to get there, if you don't mind me announcing this real quick, Paper Mario. That's our closing run, right? We have opened for $1,000 changing the route for MX4's Paper Mario Run to include routing in sound effects badges. So if you want to hear Mario makes funny noises as he does his attacks, jumping around, striking with hammer and all that, get your donations in. You have until Paper Mario begins to hit that $1,000 incentive.
Yeah, and then also we have now completed the See the Original Star Walker incentive, which is really cool. And the DuckTales Remastered soundtrack choice, 8-bit soundtrack, is now at $554 compared to the remastered soundtrack's $80.
That is so good. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of everyone in chat right now. Let's push beyond 10,000. Can we get the 1,000 for Paper Mario? Can we get 11,000? Let's see if we can. I think we can. We have plenty of time for the rest of this marathon. Marathon doesn't end for like another 12 hours. I don't see why not.
Yeah, and then as for our next poll, we also have the Nintendogs Plus Cats Name the Dog bid war. Currently, the two closest ones are Becky and Scoobert. Scoobert is winning by just a little bit, so let's see if we can... Which one will win? Who knows? I'm personally rooting for Becky, but, you know, Scoobert's also cool as well. Oh, Scoobert, yeah.
Scoobert.
Scoobert.
So I'm actually trying to see if, I have not been keeping track because I was like getting really hyped over hitting 10,000. Is Brandino in the second? Yeah, never mind. Now we're in our second round of the same 5 hits with the final fight. But now that we're here, I just want to take a moment to thank Brandino and Rhodes for agreeing to run the Saturn version for this relay. Supersonic brought up the idea of like finally putting this relay together. We've been wanting to do this since like 2019, early 2019, when the active runners were really just like me, CoEmpathy, Zergriff, Swedzy, and TGH, I think, and Rhodes, I think, or Supersonic. I actually don't remember, but like we barely had the 6 runners necessary, let alone the fact that there were only like 2 viable Saturn runners at the time, and like we didn't really have many PC runners either. But the community has grown a lot to include like Brandino is actually like one of the newer faces to the community in the last year or so. And to be here right now, like realizing this relay happening is absolutely phenomenal. And thank you both for being part of this relay. So I know y'all can hear me. I know your mics are muted and you won't be able to talk till after the relay's over, but seriously, just thank you for being part of the community. And thank you for agreeing to do this really dumb idea.
Yeah,
and Supersonic also, thank you for reminding me that this idea existed.
Yeah, because I remember you talking about it one day, and you know, when this event was surfacing, I was like, you know, why don't you all put on the relay for this? And I'm pretty sure it's definitely for the best occasion as well.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad to see this come through. It has been an honor to be a part of it, especially, you know, on commentary with you. Oh yeah,
moment. It's time.
For Brandino.
There we go. The fade out on white was time for Brandino. So yeah. GG's to both runners. We are going to while Brandino basks in the glory of finishing the run, we are going to go to a very, very quick intermission while we get our next racers up. That's going to be Team Knuckles represented by TGH and Team Tails represented by Amethyst or Amy. So they will be doing all Tails Emeralds in this route. So stick around for just a moment while Mindus gets that set up, and we will be right back. Okay, so I was wrong. I was very wrong. I forgot we're doing shoutouts after each leg of the race. So, Rhodes and Brandino, starting with Brandino, you are very welcome to do your shoutouts now. I forgot we were doing them at the end of the relay, or that we weren't doing them at the end of the relay, so, yeah. Unmute yourself on OBS so you can be heard on the stream, yes.
Okay, now I can be heard on stream. So, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the community. I started running this game on Saturn. Best Ending was my first run of this game, and it's certainly a way to start this game, is on the longest loading version, and also the version that plays the least like Genesis. And I really love it. I love the community. We have community nights nearly every Monday where we all get together and BS and chat and talk about the game and have fun, and it means a lot to be able to share this game with really cool people, and I'm really glad I could be here to do this. Seriously, this has been so much fun. Little nerve-wracking, I made some mistakes, but that was just so I could help donate, of course. That's why I would make mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly why we make mistakes, so that we can donate more money to charity.
Exactly. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I bought my Saturn version of this game in 2010, and if you had told me that I would be doing this with it back then, I wouldn't have believed you. So that's kind of fun to think about, is that, like, I bought this game so long ago and I never beat it, and I was like, you know what, I've never beat it, I'm gonna speedrun it, and then here we are.
Yeah, we're proud of you, for real.
Yeah, and Rhodes, please, if you got anything you want to say.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna kind of ditto on the whole shout out to the community. I mean, it's one of the best communities in speedrunning, to be honest. Like, I was fortunate enough and lucky enough to be, like, part of the. That was my first community in speedrunning, and like I said, if you saw my M&M's run, I kind of talked about Kid a little bit, so I'll just kind of leave it with that. But Kid, helped me get into the community itself. 3D Blast is my first speedrun ever. I've been running this since like 2015, mainly the Genesis version, stuff like that. Been working on some grinding lately, and then kind of been taking a backseat to that a little bit. But being able to do this kind of run, in this setting with all of us, all some really, really good runners, it's going to be still a fun showing for the rest of the race. And then we had that tournament back in, I think it was maybe even March of last year, or like 2021, I don't know. It was just so much fun, and all that kind of stuff. But thank you guys for having me, and look forward to the rest of the relay. And go Team Tails!
Team Knuckles, we got this. I believe.
All right, and with that, we will actually do the proper swap over. Thank you both so much. So stick around. We'll just go ahead and finish the transition over. So thank you all so much, and keep watching for the rest of the relay.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, thanks so much for that. So while we are doing our quick little transition, why don't we do a couple of donations? So, first things first, we have a $9.58 donation from Ristar2 saying back to twos, ? Then we have a $20 donation from Crunch Prank saying excellent job on hitting 10,000. Thank you FPE, runners, donators, and all viewers for all being a part of something so amazing. Let's keep going. Agreed. And then we got $20 from Expo Dragon with no comment, but thank you very much. And now is a good time to announce that we have our new stretch goal here, which is going to be $11,111.11. I think we can hit it. I think we got this. Do you guys think we can? I think we can. And then also, as mentioned, the DuckTales Remastered soundtrack choice, 8-Bit is winning by a very large margin. So if you really want to get that remastered soundtrack, it's going to be a steep price, but I believe we can get it. And as for the Sonic CD soundtrack choice, JP is winning at $566, while US is at $34. So if you want to listen to the US soundtrack, go ahead. It's there, but you know, we can make it. Just one donation could completely flip it and get us to our $11,000, $111.11. And then since we last talked about Nintendogs and Cats, Becky has closed the gap slightly with only just about a $40 gap between Becky and Scoobert. As I mentioned, I am personally looking forward to Becky, but, you know, Scoobert fans, go ahead. Additionally, I would like to remind everyone here that you are watching The Only Marathon, a speedrunning marathon in memory of the only kid raising money for the Trevor Project. They are the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. And I should mention that we are well on our way to the Paper Mario SFX badges, which is currently the incentive is to reach $1,000 for it, and we are currently just about $40 there. So we're getting close. I believe we can make it to the end of the marathon.
All right, everyone. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, we are back with the next leg of the Sonic 3D Blast race with Genesis, with the runners Amy and TGH. Take it away.
All right, y'all. So we have representing Team Knuckles on the left is TGH, and representing Team Tails on the right is Amy. They are going to be doing all Tails special stages in the Genesis version, and that leads to some very, very difficult emeralds. Not quite as difficult as the PC ones, but or the PC's route that we're using, but this is still very, it's going to be very fun nonetheless, I'll put it that way. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and count down our racers. Y'all are going to be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so the first disparity you're going to notice immediately is the graphics, the second being the music. Genesis version was the first version of this game released. It was also, for a while, exclusive to just the US and I believe Europe. Japan never actually got this version until Sonic Mega Collection. So the emerald route that we are looking at here for this leg of the race is Green Grove 1 Tails, Green Grove 2 Tails. All these are going to be Tails, so I'm going to go ahead and just list off the stages. Rusty Ruin 1, Rusty Ruin 2, special stage, wow. Spring Stadium 1. I saw SS and I was like, yeah, special stage, that's what it's called, right?
Spring Stadium. Didn't say Supersonic Stage 1.
God, that would have been really funny. So, like, you already see we're going to Tails, which is a very different location, and both runners are very, very close together. You have to actually loop all the way to the beginning of the stage to be able to get Tails to appear, and which is something that is noticeable with certain emeralds. Tails, Green Grove 1 is actually one of them. Another very notable one is Volcano Valley 2 Knuckles, which is happening in the next leg of the race, and that one is very, very rough. I think that's probably the worst emerald in the game to get. And then I want to say Rusty Ruin 2 Tails is also one that you have to loop all the way back to the beginning of the stage to be able to get to appear. Why they decided to make that a design choice is beyond me, but you know, it is what it is. These special stages are also very, very different in the form of you can't fall off the edge of the special stage. The mines are far fewer in between, and the goals are pretty similar to most of the Saturn stages, where it ends and caps at 150, but they must get 3 checkpoints, 50, 100, and 150 rings total, lest they fail the special stage. And I've got a very funny story about that with Amy, but like a day or two ago, Amy unknowingly failed a special stage, like got 139 rings in the final emerald stage, and then got to the point where like she wasn't quite paying attention, and then got to the end of the game, did the Panic Puppet 3 boss, and then like it went straight to credits, and she thought she had skipped the final fight somehow. And she's like, I broke the game! Oh my goodness! I just busted best ending wide open! And then I look at the VOD, because she's like, look at this VOD, and I was like, Amy, this looks like a regular run, just with 6 emeralds. And she's like, no, look at the special stage, like, for special stage 7. And I was like, Amy, you got 139 rings and failed out, like, what happened? And she was like, wait, I did? So, that was... If you ever find a way to skip one of the emeralds, please let us know, because we'd be really happy to find out that that exists. But until then, it is just a pipe dream, unfortunately perpetuated by Amy. Like, accidentally failing out of a special stage. But don't worry, TGH, on like his first attempt at best ending, has also failed out of a special stage in a more spectacularly silly way, and that is by running into one of the mines with no rings. You just die in the special stage, and it boots you out. It's great. Going a little bit out of the way to be able to get Tails here in Green Grove 2, which is also a much slower emerald than Knuckles, if you noticed, if you remember Knuckles from the Saturn version route. So this is going to be interesting, because I personally find the Tails stages in this game, like the Genesis version actually has a few disparities as well that are a little less subtle. Regarding special stages. So like in the Saturn and PC versions, no matter who you get to bring you into the special stage, the special stage layout is always the same for Saturn and for PC. For Genesis, however, there are 14 total different layouts, 7 each for Knuckles and Tails. So Tails 2 is different from Knuckles 2 in terms of the ring and mine layout, which is really interesting. TGH seems very, very disappointed there. I don't know if he's looking at his own splits, or, oh, I know what happened. He failed the nicest ring number possible. I am ashamed. On behalf of my partner, I am sorry, for he has ruined the niceness of his second special stage. But, yeah, like this, there's some other subtle differences when we get to, Diamond Dust. I can't actually even talk about it, but because they didn't do this, but the Genesis also has the unique ability to collect 2 emeralds in the same act, which is not possible in Saturn and PC. So Genesis can actually do like, there is a, you know, fairly usable route that uses both Knuckles and Tails in Diamond Dust 2, which is not possible in any other platform for the game. I don't know why. I guess it was to make it harder, question mark? But then the other very subtle difference comes in Volcano Valley 1, as well as Gene Gadget 3, but we'll talk about those when we get to them. Coming into the boss here, TGH very, very slightly ahead. I'm also watching the wrong stream as well. I'm watching the main stream and not the stream directly in front of my face. That is less delayed. TGH is going into Rusty Rune 1, routing out rings. This is actually a route that he made when he was trying to figure out how to get Tails, and this one actually is kind of rough around the edges. This looks different from the one that he practiced as well, so he's breaking open that pillar early, presumably to determine whether or not he needs to die to be able to get the stage to be valid. Oh my goodness, almost running into those spike balls, scaring the heck out of me. Grabbing, you know, flagging all these flickies and Still short 2 rings, routing back to Tails. There we go, 50 rings it is. Both runners going into Tails at almost the same time. TGH's slight blunders there in the ring routing, allowing Amy to catch up a bit and narrowing that gap. So, Supersonic, how do you feel about the 2 racers so far? Like, they're pretty close.
Yeah, after that little blunder that TGH had momentarily, yeah, Amy was able to catch up pretty much right on his tail now. And as far as like the special stage designs go, I personally do like the Knuckles stages a little better. I feel like the tail stages are, I don't know, it just looks very, what's the word? There's probably like a million different ways to describe how these special stages look aesthetically. But of course I am actually more familiar with the Genesis version. And as you can see on the Chaos Emeralds as well, they look like cough drops.
Ah yes, how could I have forgotten to bring up the Hall's cough drops?
Yeah, so they look very different compared to the Saturn version, and we're gonna see the PC version later on, right after this run. But yeah, as far as the race right now, they're very close together. It could be anybody's race, especially with how you know, Rusty Rune can be sometimes, especially in terms of like grabbing the next Tails Emerald. And yeah, and you can also see as well, it's very noticeable that the loading times are like non-existent practically.
Good old cartridge.
Yeah, and you know, just the loading times in general, like when we saw like the Saturn version, like they took a million years to get to. And then the Genesis version, they just get to it right away. So it feels like a much more fast-paced game.
Yes.
In terms of all the versions.
With way less downtime, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's usually tough to, you know, when you're talking about one thing and then all of a sudden, oh, they're actually in Sector 2 of this stage. And like, oh, whoa, we gotta catch up a little bit. While we had like a lot more time in the Saturn version. So, and both TGH and Amy are very like top tier runners for Sonic 3D Blast, so it's really cool to see them play the Genesis version.
Yeah, Amy is actually like, while a very good full game runner in her own right, she actually specializes in ILs or individual levels, whereas TGH, while he has IL'd a bit in this game, sticks mostly to full game no reset runs, and is formerly the world record holder for this category as well for the Genesis platform. I believe Rhodes took that record fairly recently off of him. Oh no, TGH still has it, I'm sorry. Rhodes recently took the Beat the Game record off of TGH. So TGH until like maybe last month or so, either December or January, was a world record holder in both categories. But you'll notice that TGH is actually flagging these flickies by not picking them up instead. He's collecting all the rings that he needs to be able to route back to the beginning of the stage. So he's gonna walk off here and grab his last rings needed, get this spinning ballerina state, which he needs to keep to be able to break this pillar, go down this hole, go all the way to the beginning of the stage where Tails has now spawned, and go into Special Stage 4. And Amy doing the same as well. They can go back the way they came to get back to the sector that they came from, but yeah, definitely an annoyance when trying to collect or find all the special stages. One of our racers, not in for this version, but the PC version, CoEmpathy, has done all special stages, which is a category extension for this game. I believe her and Void Kura are the only two who have completed a run of that, and I've been intending to, but, you know, life gets in the way. And also, I look at some of these special stage locations, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Like, do you really want to take the time to play those special stages? Especially since there are a lot of them are out of the way. It's like, no.
It's like, no. Like, between Green Grove 1 Tails, Rusty Rune, both Rusty Rune 1 Emeralds are absolutely terrible, as you'll get to see Knuckles in the next race. But, geez. Yeah, we got 1 nice rings, that's great. That is a redemption from earlier.
Yeah, I saw that pop up that TJ had.
There we go. Gonna destroy this second pillar from the left to be able to maintain the pillars on the right so that the knockback from letting go of the gold ring is a little less and, you know, a little shorter, and you're able to get into the next boss a little bit faster. So we're going to do the quick kill here, which we did not acknowledge. We're going to see if we get any 10s, any 10 IGTs. Can we get a 10 IGT? That might be a 10 IGT. I am not sure. And it is 11. Not a 10 IGT. I am so ashamed of you, TGH. Can we get a 10 IGT on Amy? Can we get a 10 IGT? Don't fail me now. 10 IGT. Come on, let's go. And that is also an 11. I am also ashamed of you, Amy, but you are doing great. You are both doing great. I am very disappointed, but you are also not disappointing me in the rest of this race.
Also, welcome to Discount Candyland.
Ah, yes, that's the one I didn't call it. You're right. I called it Inside of the Clown's Pocket, all the crayons in the Crayola box, even though you shouldn't. McDonald's Play Place, and then I forgot Discount Candyland. How could I? Oh, TGH missing the flicky there. Gonna be grabbing Tails here as well, which is actually part of the normal optimal route. So gonna go down this tube and into the ring box here, and then grab one ring on the spring up to Tails, and enter the 5th special stage. We're getting all the emeralds very early in this route.
And you can also see in the special stages, they're getting progressively faster each one.
Yes, it is actually kind of whiplash when you do a full game and you get to special stage 7 and you're already used to like the speed of the special stage. And then you go and do, like, if you reset or if you go and do another run and you're back in the first emerald stage and you're just like, wow, this is so slow. So, like, these do get progressively faster and a little bit harder, and tail stages tend to err on the side of being a little harder with more mines in the way and, like, more walls in the way that are kind of awkward to jump up.
TGH with another one nice ring.
Yo, I too am a fan of the one nice.
And since we're doing some...
Oh, go ahead.
Since we are in some special stages, we have time for a donation?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we have $25 from Belmort79 with no comment, but thank you so much. And that puts our total for the Paper Mario SFX badges to $74.58 out of the 1,000 that we need for it. But we are very close, and I know we can make it.
Yeah, we are, like... We've been on fantastic pace this entire event. We also have, as announced in the intermission when we were getting the other the Genesis legs set up, we have a meme goal now of $11,111.11. Y'all should get us to that too. And if you donate to the incentives that we have available, you can swing the turn the tide of the bid wars that are currently open, or even meet that Paper Mario incentive for the $1,000 that we have there. So definitely get us to that meme goal, and also remember that you can donate to both a bid war and the Paper Mario incentive. So do not forget to select both. The target is Paper Mario, the poll is either Sonic CD soundtrack choice, DuckTales remastered soundtrack choice, or the nearest closing one, Nintendog's Name the Dog, where there are 4 options. So there's Becky and Scoobert. Maybe you want to have the other 2 win. They need a lot of help though, as TGH and Amy are going towards the 6th special stage that they'll be going into, which is Spring Stadium 2 Tails.
All right. So
as
we see it on, yeah, as we see it on the TGH's screen, yeah, it feels like the mines are kind of blending in with the scenery or with the ground.
Yeah.
And it can get pretty scary at times, and especially with the quicker speed of the special stage itself. But thankfully, we were able to see. Oh no! He's taking a hit, but he still has plenty of rings, so should be fine throughout the rest of this.
Oh, the one nice ruined at the very end.
But that is our 6th Chaos Cough Drop with 1 more to grab, in which we will be grabbing that at Volcano Valley 1. So we got a while from now until we get to the next special stage.
Yeah, so from here until Volcano Valley 1, you're going to be seeing beat the game strats from both of these runners. Amy successfully grabbing her 6th Chaos Cough Drop with 1 to go as well. Can we just get like $1 donation for every not nice that we've gotten from TGH? Because it's been at least 2 so far, so $2. $2 each. If everyone in chat donates $2, we will well exceed, well, not only meet Paper Mario, but we would well exceed our mean goal of, you know, the all ones donation total. TGH missing a flicky, and it's a red one. Okay, grabbing it very swiftly. Oh no! That bumper is rude! Knocking TGH back. TGH grabbing this last flicky without much problem, though, other than that. I don't think I've ever seen that bumper bounce from anyone, really. I don't think I've had it happen to me, either.
I don't think I ran into that, no.
Ooh. We get to see if TGH gets the single cycle fight here on Spring Stadium 3. Can he get the 18 or the 17? We're going to see if we get it. Doing left side strats, which will guarantee an 18. Can't guarantee a 17 IGT, but that is okay. Yo, so far so good. So far so good. Let's go. That is a single cycle Spring Stadium 3. Let's see if Amethyst can get it as well. By the way, Amy stands for Amethyst. I just realized I was like, yeah, Amethyst. Wait, I haven't called her Amethyst once this race. Yo, let's go.
He also
double
gets a very
single
nice
cycle. Is that a 17 by chance? That is the 18 as well.
Very well done from both runners. So you can pretty much see like how quickly that boss fight can be when done correctly, but it can also go terribly wrong, like if one hit was missed.
Exactly. That can go so south so fast, too. Like, it's so easy to die on that one. Bumper being rude to Amy on the ice as she grabs the snowman. Eggman. Wow, I almost called TGH Eggman.
Eggman.
Can we just get, like, Eggman Photoshop, like, Eggman's mustache photoshopped on, like, TGH's face? Please.
Oh my god.
Nico Hart, I'm calling for you. So up the slush river, TGH goes while Amy is sliding down in the frozen ice block of chilliness. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely thrilled by this race so far. He's like, stop giving me work! I just turned PC off. Alright, can someone else in chat open Photoshop or GIMP or, you know, MS Paint even, and just poorly put, you know, slap that Eggman mustache onto TGH's face. And it's important to get the black one, that, like, color it black, because for some reason Eggman has a black mustache throughout this entire game. It's the only game that does it. Amy taking a hit on the snowman on the way up, but did not die, which is most important. I'd rather see a player take a hit on a snowman and not die than, you know, get the insta-death. TGH bouncing through the leaps and bounding through the icy beginning of Diamond Dust 2, using slopes to his advantage.
Also, have we mentioned about jump storage?
Oh, we have not. I know that Sega Junkie's asleep, who presented the task with me yesterday, but did you know this game has what we call jump storage, or jump buffering if you prefer. If you jump and you hold the A button again, like release and hold it in the middle of a jump, until Sonic touches the ground, he will jump on the first frame possible, which is really, really good for movement and going after badniks. Especially if you are new to the game, I would recommend using jump storage because it keeps Sonic mostly safe from enemies. Very nice flicky grabs there on Amy's screen, by the way. But that was a thing that I figured out when I started to actually run this game a little more seriously and rerouting the game for best ending. And Sega Junkie, who verified the original, like the 6-year-old world record, or the 6-year-long world record of Void Kura's before I forget who broke Void Kura's record originally. It might have been TGH, I don't remember, but like the 3944 was verified by Sega Junkie, and in the notes of that submission it talks about jump storage, because this is on like Speed Demo's archive. That's how old that run was. And Sega Junkie was like, I verified that run. I read those notes. How did I not know there was jump storage in this game? Oh, it was first broken by Dagran. Thank you for the correction, King Rhodes. I've been informed. It was first broken by Dagran, and then TGH, I think, at one point held best ending world record before his current holding of it? Question mark? I'm not sure.
Believe
But
so.
TGH getting the snowman bounces, or some of the snowman bounces on the Diamond Dust boss with a 52. Amy opting to just destroy the snowmen as the boss increases in speed, taking a hit. Please don't die, Amy. Please. Okay.
Ooh.
You were seeing those shenanigans that I talked about earlier, where if Sonic and Eggman's hitboxes intersect, Eggman's just disappears. TGH is routing out Tails right now in Volcano Valley 1, having the invincibility and collecting rings as he goes along. He routed this out as well. As he comes out into the sector, gonna grab this flicky, that flicky, well, flagging them rather, go into this hole, and then grabbing a couple of rings there, using this spring to jump over those flamethrowers to keep himself safe, up this elevator, into this wall, and into the final special stage for this route. And I'm going to hope that nobody here fails a special stage, because we're almost at the point of no return. When I say that, I mean Volcano Valley 1 and 2 are the last two levels that have special stage accessibility to them. So if they were to fail out of the special stage for any reason, they would have a grand total of like 2 other opportunities, and that's being Volcano Valley 2 Tails or Volcano Valley 2 Knuckles. And you don't want to do Volcano Valley 2 Knuckles. If that becomes your final option, TGH failing the nice by 1 ring once more.
That's $3.
But 1 short. So yeah, that's like $3. So everyone get a $3 donation train going, please. That's a not nice. That is 3 not nices.
Speaking of not nices, do we have time for donations?
We sure do.
All right, so we got $6.89 from the Agent Zero saying nicent. Then we have a $2 donation from Nico Hart that also says nicent, but with a 1 in front of it. Then we have a $14.27 donation from Anonymous. And then a $2 donation from Anonymous that says nicent again. And then we have a $5 donation from D. Whitney that says, let's do this for the LGBTQIA+ community. Indeed.
The Trevor Project has done incredible work for supporting LGBTQ+ youth, especially those who are having a hard time. I had to visit the Trevor Project website a number of times when I was putting together or grabbing resources for this marathon, to be able to make sure that we got the information on the marathon correct. And I actually found out, like, upon, like, maybe my 3rd visit to the site, it gave me a pop-up that was actually really incredible. It said, if you need to leave this site quickly, tap escape 3 times on your keyboard. And so I tested that to see what it did, and it closes out the site, and it does not have it. It just closes the tab entirely, and I think throws you to, your home page. And that is actually incredible support for LGBTQ youth. If you are in an unsafe space and you are seeking help, the website is a safe space for you as well. I believe that you can reach out to support there as well if you are struggling with mental health or anything really. And just know that, they're there for you. And if you can, you should try to seek out the help that you need. So, shout outs to the Trevor Project for doing incredible service. And I can't begin to think about how many lives they've probably saved along the way. So, very proud to be raising money, to have raised over $10,000 so far for this event. So thank you all so much for supporting this cause. But yeah, while we're in the we were in the Volcano Valley boss on TGH's screen. We're now in Gene Gadget, and I'm looking at the wrong stream again. I have both streams up because I'm watching the donation total, and I'm also watching the racers on like a less delayed feed. So I'm like sometimes just like chilling and watching the stream with the rest of you. But yes, Gene Gadget like has some very, very aggravating things to it. I've mentioned it is the hardest zone. And that's really holds true. There's those, there's the fans that render Sonic helpless and in the air, and you can't jump storage out of them. So if Sonic lands on a enemy, much like TGH just did, you're just taking damage, and there's nothing you can do about it. There are a significant amount of red and green flickies in this stage, and, also, there are the electric traps, which Amy is contending with right now without a blue shield, which, by the way, the blue shield is actually an electric-proof shield, as we found out. Apparently, that's in the instruction manual, and no one else bothered to read it, because I found out, like, a year after I started running the game. But this teleporter that TGH is going through actually counts your flickies. If you do not have all 5 flickies attached to Sonic, it will send you back to the beginning of the stage. Not the sector, the stage. And it's a massive time loss.
Yeah, also about that shield statement, I'll be honest, I didn't read the instruction manual either. But I do recall, like, when I played Gene Gadget 1 for the first time, like, years ago, I got the blue shield and I was just kind of standing there. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I'm not getting shocked by these. And then probably sometime later, I looked at the instruction manual and I saw, oh, they're electric proof shield. That's pretty cool. And then also with the other shields, like as you've all seen, like the red shield or the fire shield, that'll protect you from flames or lava. And then the or gold shield.
TGH forgot a flicky! TGH forgot a flicky! He lost the red flicky on the second stage of the Slope of Rage. So he's got to go down. He's got to go back down to the second stage and hope that that flicky is still there. Oh my goodness. So this is going to allow Amy to catch up, but Amy is struggling with the turrets. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Supersonic. I just, like, I saw that happen, and I was like, oh no. Alright, so TGH is currently not, is going back and forth hoping that the flicky had fallen down, but like, oh my goodness, he's got to grab this red flicky. Gene Gadget 2, you absolute jerkface. Amethyst also falling down. TGH grabbing the red flicky, maintaining his lead right now, but still, like, just very, very, like, very close call there. Like, the race just got spicier because of that gap narrowing right there. One blunder, when you have 2 racers that are high level like this, or even close skill level, it doesn't matter what level you are, you can get really spicy races like this. All it takes is one missed flicky or one, like, really bad fall down the Slope of Rage. Just, oh my goodness. The spiciest of races. Yeah,
that was, oh my gosh, yeah. Luckily the red flicky remained in that one section, but you pretty much see the disappointment there from TGH. Totally understandable on that. That is a very dumb flicky to grab.
Oh, absolutely. Like, when we, when these routes were designed, by the community for this race, like, one thing that's worth noting, is, I was like to TGH, I was like, you're not gonna get a sub 40 with this route. These emerald routes are so silly, and he got a 39.58, which is absurd with the Tails flickies, or not Tails flickies, Tails cough drops that you have to get. I also just want to point out one other difference that is unique to Genesis from Saturn and PC. These spike blocks, I mentioned this during the task, but for anyone who didn't see the task, these spike blocks are coming out on the conveyor belt for both runners. they're always the same pattern on Genesis. They are not RNG at all. They come out in the same spaces. Why are we, oh my goodness gracious-ing? Is it me? Or is it you? I'm not sure. I don't know which one of us said it, but someone said it. It was probably me.
I have no idea.
But on Saturn and PC, and you'll notice this when the PC version run comes back up after the Genesis leg, this pattern is very different, and honestly, there are far fewer spike traps here on PC than there are on Genesis. Oh no. Oh no, we've got Nico Hart saying it is done.
Oh no.
Do we have evil TGH? I think we do. Cresm just, oh my god. Cresm did it with just MS Paint, which is great. And then
pretty apropos
Nico
too,
Hart.
because we're actually in Panic Puppet right now.
Yep, we are in Panic Puppet as well. So we are going to get, oh my god. Oh my god. I am putting this in the chat if someone hasn't already, but it is going in the chat. This is the dumbest thing I have seen today, and I thought, arg damn, and I don't know what the heck the Nigel Thornberry Argick jam is, but by all means, now that I am looking at the channel. So, Nico Hart is an absolute legend. Oh my god. This is a thing. Nope, I need to close this. I need to look back at the normal stream. Alright. So Panic Puppet 2. Back to being the I'm losing my composure, y'all. This is the,
I'm so sorry.
the stage that has no flickies. We're also going to get to yell Eggman, so when Sonic goes through this next tube coming up right here, we're all gonna yell it. You might have heard Eggman coming over on my stream, but Eggman!
Eggman!
TGH is across the room. Eggman again! Oh my
Eggman.
goodness. Thank you. Oh my god.
I just saw the transition.
Like... Eggman slapping us into oblivion. Minda's absolutely killing it on tech. Thank you so much. You get another chance to do that too.
Whew, okay.
I'm having a great time. I don't know about anyone else in chat, but I'm having a fantastic time.
Oh.
The commentary is definitely. Oh wait, Amethyst got mipped. So that is $5 coming out of my wallet. Uh-oh. TGH, I would appreciate if you did not die during this boss. I would like to not lose another $5. Thank you. But I don't know if y'all had seen like TGH cupping his mouth to like carry his voice as far as he could over to my microphone. Just to yell Eggman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, alright. I know the commentary for this race is half informative, half focused on the race, and half, yes, there are 3 halves, half absolute meme post. Nico Hart going, that was so worth literally pegging it upstairs to the laptop, burger in mouth. Incredible.
Thank you so much for that, Nico Hart. We appreciate you.
I can't wait to put that on FFC.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
okay,
goodness.
final phase of Panic Puppet 3.
Oh yeah, we're here now, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It is definitely time.
I'm trying to catch my breath.
I'm just like basking in the glory that has been this experience.
Alright, so TGH finishing phase 3 of Panic Puppet 3, and also we're gonna see the T-pose.
Oh yes, the Genesis has the T-pose, which is unique to the Genesis, the Genesis version. So I want everyone to post your best T-posing emotes or, you know, likeness in chat.
any kind of T. I have a T. I don't know if I have a T-pose emote. Do I? No, I don't.
Just post the letter T. So we're in the final fight, which looks drastically different from the Saturn version. Has better music, but also, admittedly, is like, also just the same fight. The same, why are we doing these same 5 phases twice, you know, fight. But I actually like the way the Genesis version looks the best, because I actually really, really like the floor effect. Funny enough, the floor effect uses Sonic's sprite palette for the blue effect there, and then when the bridges are appearing, the sparkles use Sonic's shoe color actually as the palette as well, which is really cool.
That is very neat. I never knew about that.
Oh my god, TGH's camera. If anyone is watching the mainstream, oh
my goodness.
It's just positioned perfectly. I can just hear TGH. I hate everything right now.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's absolutely hecking brilliant. I'm losing it right now. Oh wow, now he's even got a different beanie on now that I think about it. Nico went and got a really nice selfie from TGH's Twitter just to post that mustache on.
Alright. Since we're going through this this long fight, do we have some time for some donations?
Most
Yes,
certainly
please.
do.
Alrighty. Then we have $3 from FSVGM777 saying 1, almost nice. And then we got $33.33 from Minimall saying, no way, I can't believe this. Then $3.33 from HUDS601 saying, TGH please. And then $2.33 from Anonymous saying, please keep it a round number.
Please keep it a round number. I mean, it's close. 10 is round, right? 10 cents is round. Also,
Yeah, that's
shout out.
round.
I'm gonna go ahead and I know what the person who was donating. No way, I can't believe this wants. No way, I can't believe this. I know that's exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
Shoutouts to Sonic Adventure. TGH looks a little exasperated on camera right now. He just said, whose idea was this? It was my idea, like, back in 2019, but for the relay to happen for this event. Oh, the mustache, that was my idea. Also my idea, yeah. So, I may have, prompted Nico Hart to do it.
Yeah, because I think the way it happens, like you called TGH Eggman in the
Yeah,
Diamond
I
Dust.
accidentally started calling you Eggman in Diamond Dust and called myself out. Oh my goodness. Alright, we need to not say oh my goodness at the same time anymore. This is getting ridiculous.
You're right.
That might explain why chat was going, oh my gracious goodness, or oh my goodness gracious. I said it in reverse. Oh my goodness. Alright, time is coming up on TGH. Time is coming up there.
Time for TGH.
Time is coming up for Amethyst as well.
And time for Amy.
Everyone post your letter T's as Sonic does the thing and does the giant fist, because, you know, that's disproportionately large. But,
Oh my...
excellent race, by the way. I actually don't know what the real time on both racers' ends was, but they are, due to unmute their mics on OBS and mute their game audio, so we're gonna lose game audio in just a moment.
Ember, look at the stream, or look at the title on the stream.
Sonic 3D Blast feat TGH man. Yep. Yep. That's exactly it. Alright, so, it is time for shoutouts, TGH. If you want to unmute on Discord as well so I can actually hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry. Should I mute my game too?
Mute your game.
Okay, Perfect.
And then Amy will also unmute her mic and mute her game.
So this is what I get for being on Marathon staff, is that right?
Yeah.
This is just what I get? All right, fine, whatever. Whatever. I just hope people heard my Eggman.
They did, actually.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'm super happy to have taken part in this. I know. What now?
It's back. And Mindus is moving it as you move. It's great. The mainstream is so good right now.
I don't even want to look at it.
Evil twin! Evil twin!
Oh. Oh, now I see it. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. So shout outs, right?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so shout outs now. Sorry, I'm all over the place mentally right now. So shout outs. Obviously, I feel like the mood is just like completely ruined here. Honestly, I feel like the mood just like, I don't know, something's ruining the mood. I'm not sure what.
It could be Sonic 3D Blast 2 Eggman Smashing Revenge.
Okay, well, Eggman's not on the screen, so I guess I'll go. At least not right now. Anyway, so yeah, this was a blast to be a part of. Seriously, no pun intended, by the way. But this was a lot of fun. I know that Amber's been meaning to organize something like this amongst like Saturn PC and Genesis runners for a very, very long time, and I'm super glad to see it come to fruition here. And honestly, what better time and place for it to happen? I said a lot of my piece the other night after my run of the Minish Cap. I think on Saturday morning actually it was, but Kid left a huge positive impact on a lot of people's lives, including my own as well. I unfortunately didn't know Kid as well as a lot of other people, but like every time I interacted with them, they were just a ball of positive energy, and I know that they impacted a lot of other people's lives positively as well, with that energy and spreading it onto others. So yeah, we miss you. We've missed you. We've missed you since that day, and just I'm glad that we could put this marathon on in honor of them and in honor of you, Kid. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that, TGH. Amy, do you have any shout outs or closing words you'd like to say?
Yeah. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the staff of this event and putting it on. I never really got to know Kid all that well, but when I came into running 3D Blast, they were just there every time I had an annoying, pestering question about, how some minute tech that doesn't matter works, and they were always happy to help, answer, review the tasks with me, and they were just a fantastic person. I'm glad we've been able to put this on and help honor their life and everything they've done. And secondly, I'd just like to say shout outs to the 3D Blast community. This was my first real speed game, the one that I've actually committed some time to, and it's been amazing to be here. We've just recently got our own Discord. We do community nights every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We have a website in the works, greenflicky.com, where we're putting all our guides and information, and it's just been a huge moment to see not only where this game was, but where it's come from, and I'm happy to be a part of it and see it grow. So thank you.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work for the community too yourself, and it is greatly appreciated, honestly. I'm glad that you're part of the community, and I'm glad that you decided you wanted to run Director's Cut along last year at one point. Maybe it was
right at the end of 2020.
Now. Yeah, and to see you grow into the runner that you have today, we're proud of you. Like, we're very proud of you. So,
Means
like,
a
you
lot.
were the most improved over the Sonic 3D Blast tournament when we did it for Beat the Game, and you have continued to improve since then, and I know you'll continue to improve after this race. So, thank you so much for being a part of this as well.
I'm so happy to be a part of it all. It's been great.
With that said, we are going to go to a quick intermission while we get the PC leg of the race set up. So give us just a couple of minutes while we get that going. Tech is very complicated for this, and we'll be able to keep up to date on the total time between both races when that is done, since we had to divide the relay up like this. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Alrighty, and now we are on that brief intermission. Let's read out some donations, shall we? First things first, we have a $20 donation from Prof NES that says, "This is the best artwork stream I've watched all month." Very, very true, and I agree. Then we have a $5 donation from Mecha Guy that says, "Bidding war for naming a dog? You bet. John Wada is my heart, but Becky is just as fine." Yeah, and get those donations in. Currently, Scoobert is at $526, and then Becky is at $448.30. So the gap is widening between Scoobert and Becky, but I know we can get Becky in there. Let's do it. And just as a reminder, for the end of the marathon, we have a bonus incentive for the Paper Mario SFX badges to be added to the run. We are currently at $164 out of 1,000, but I know we can get there. And as our stretch incentive, we have the big goal of $11,000. $111. Yep, that's how money works. I can money. And 11 cents as our next big stretch goal. We're about 1,000 off from there, but I know we can get it, and if we can meet that Paper Mario SFX badges incentive, then that will be enough. Then, of course, we have our Sonic CD soundtrack choice, with JP winning by a very, very large margin at $602 versus US's $34. And the remastered soundtrack for DuckTales Remastered is slowly catching up to the 8-bit soundtrack. 8-bit is still winning by a solid $450 at 561, while remastered is at 106. There's still plenty of time in the marathon to possibly change the tides once again. So let's see what will happen. And this is just a quick reminder, but we'd like to send a massive shout out and thank you to Argick, who has offered us his channel this weekend to host the Only Marathon. He streams every day apart from Thursday and Friday. Feel free to follow this channel if you like Sonic speedrunning, or join for casual gameplay every Tuesday. Alrighty, and now we are ready for our last leg of this relay race, this time with the PC version of Sonic 3D Blast, now with Argick and CoEmpathy. Take it away.
Alright, so Argick's hamming it up by jamming it out. That's what I'm going with. So welcome to the 1997 release of on Windows on Windows 95 for Sonic 3D Blast. This is an experience to have, and I will warn you in advance for the special stages. If you cannot stand looking at a mess of colors, you may need to look away during those, because they are fairly glitched, because the game does not like running on Windows 10, and the files for the special stage backgrounds are a little corrupt. So if that ends up being a visual overstimulation, it's okay, we understand. Now then, I think without any further ado, on our left we have CoEmpathy running on Team Knuckles, and on our right, on Team Tails, is Argick, our very own Argick. So it is time. Are you ready? I think I'm ready. Supersonic, how are you?
I'm great.
All right. So without any further delay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, heck. Well, then just have your splits. So these have some slight load times compared to Genesis, but not nearly as egregious as Saturn. You'll already notice that this looks a lot more like the Saturn version, and the sound effects are horribly, horribly balanced with the music, and there's not a whole lot we can do about that. So, yep. That's a thing. So the emerald route that they're going for here is all Knuckles emeralds. So that's going to be Green Grove 1, as you've seen Argick run into it. Or no, sorry, not Argick. I'm sorry. Argick's on my right. CoEmpathy is on my left. Argick is just now entering the special stage. And these things are a weird hybrid of Genesis and PC. There are many things to say about these. And oh, hey, there's the corrupted title screen right there on CoEmpathy's screen. You're gonna hear me call CoEmpathy Lexi. It's easier to say. I'm sorry. It's what she goes by. There we go, showing off those special stage backgrounds because the PC version doesn't like Windows 10. So, we're collecting Fruit Gushers again because these are also ginormous emeralds. And whenever we get our rings, which goes progressively up, we're gonna get like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and I believe it stops at 700 or something, or 650, I don't remember. The goal's in the top left. It is barely readable font. The goal is once you collect all the rings, you're going to start sending yourself into space because it is, the screen scrolls at a set pace and only stops if you hit a mine. And the mines are so hard to see because you're going so fast, and it's also the reason why we have so many rings that are in the special stages available to us. It is just best to avoid the mines, and launching yourself into orbit is easily the best way to avoid the mines. So there you go. So,
also, Argick missed the nice ring count at the end.
I mean, it's so much harder to control. So everyone donate $1 for Argick missing the one chance at getting a nice ring count.
Yeah, I was like seeing the nice in the chat, so I was like, okay, I'll acknowledge it.
Like, he's trying his best, but it's just so hard.
Yeah, especially with so many rings in these style of special stages, and the way how fast like they go as well, and how abnormally enormous the Chaos Emeralds are.
No, you had it right at ginormous. I don't care that it's not a word. It's a word now.
I think we're at that point anyway, so.
They are chunky emeralds. So, Rusty Rune 1 is going to be our next emerald. So this stage is going to be just your standard beat the game strats. First time we're getting to see that, actually. One thing to note that when you are doing beat the game strats, the worms that jump out of their holes are actually on global cycles, and there are optimal cycles for this. It's based, again, global cycles being the number of frames that have passed since, since coming into the stage. CoEmpathy just barely missing death. Oh my god. Do not die. Please do not die. You are scaring me a lot right now, CoEmpathy. Oh my god. Still rolling with no rings, not giving a heck around here about, like, you know, the well-being of our commentators. Nope, not giving a... Nope. Still no rings. I think she's doing it on purpose. Oh, there we go. Alright, got a ring. I was gonna say, I think she's doing this on purpose now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, as you can see, like, in terms of the way how the game looks, it looks a lot like the Saturn version. Music is also the same from the Saturn version. Just the loading times are a lot quicker compared to the Saturn version, as we can see, like, quick screen transitions between, like, the score and then heading into the next level. Of course, the boss fights are obviously the same. And yeah, the only difference in this game in particular are just the special stages, and then I believe the final fight also looks different.
The final fight looks different. Rusty Rune has no fog, so there are certain special effects that are only in Saturn, especially notably the fog in Rusty Rune. As we get into Rusty Rune, you'll notice that it's just going to start raining at a point in the stage rather than raining and fogging. But I think the second worst emerald in the game is the emerald that they're about to collect at the end of Act 1 here, and that's Rusty Rune 1 Knuckles. It is such garbage. I cannot wait for them to get to it to see what happens, because we might have someone donating $10, or someone, you know, racking up a $10 donation out of my wallet for messing up the ring route. Argick giving me a look. I'm speechless. All right, so CoEmpathy grabbing the fire shield for safety, because you're gonna want it when you're doing this. So once we get out of this sector coming up and going into the next sector, you're gonna see what happens when the Knuckles special stage. So you can flag flickies in this sector, but the whole idea here is they're gonna get to where these spinning spike traps are. And they're going to break this wall right here, which opens it up to Knuckles, but you'll notice those pillars need to be broken. Sonic can't spin dash into them. Instead, he needs to spin ballerina into them by grabbing that. Avoiding these spike traps here. Going in, flawless there, right there by CoEmpathy. Argick currently struggling to get a spin dash going.
Oh my god.
And now has to go. Yeah, no, now it's full swing with these. You can see Rusty Rune just kind of corrupted in the middle there. It's great. Like, somehow it took the title cards and it was like, yeah, these are the special stage backgrounds now. And it's like, no, they're not. Argick very carefully making his way. Also flawless, though. Excellent work, Argick. And CoEmpathy, not taking any damage, not losing your shield, and not losing any rings. My wallet is safe. CoEmpathy has the required 150 rings for, I think that's a 5 in the middle there. 150 rings needed to get to this this emerald. It looks like they are both going for nice rings. Let's go. Argick, can you maintain that? I have some faith. Nope, I just heard him yell. That means a no. Oh, CoEmpathy also getting the 170, which is really unfortunate, but only unfortunate in the fact that we are Nicent instead of not getting the emerald. So we're going to get our chunky Chaos Gusher. I think this one's Blueberry. At least that's what I'm going with.
And apparently the category is now called All Hams.
Ah, yes. I just heard Argick yell, I'm taking the time loss for the chat.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't even notice that there was a poll. The favorite Chaos Emerald design is apparently, according to chat, the Fruit Gusher instead of the Cough Drops.
Oh.
So that's another $2 for a Nicent. Well, no, you got a Nicent and so did CoEmpathy. Y'all can't hear Argick, y'all can't...
No, Argick did get it. He took
oh, did he take the... Oh, he did take the damage. Yo, let's go. All right, so $1 for the Nicent on CoEmpathy screen then. Fine. All Hams, nice percent. Thank you so much for memeing. I've been informed that it is not Mendez who has been memeing, but Huds who has been the one memeing behind the scenes. I am doing you a nice, Mendez, by no longer blaming you, except for the Eggman on TGH's face. That was absolutely your fault. And the Eggman smacking us into oblivion. That is also your fault.
I love this community so much.
Community is such a meme. I love it. Like, we're a meme, but we're not like, you know, the kind of memers that are like, you know, awful to one another. Instead of like, you know, dressing people down, we just like laugh about dumb memes. Mostly typos, actually. Mostly typos.
Yep, I can attest to that.
We do need Argman. But Nico has closed down Photoshop for the day. So the meme train has stopped unless someone else opens up their Photoshop. So
we're seeing CoEmpathy into Rusty Rune 3.
Yo, can we get our 10 here? Are we gonna get the 10? That's an 11.
It's 11.
Not a single 10. 10 is very hard. It's a 10-frame window. As far as I know, it's a 10-frame window on PC as well to get the 10 IGT. Might be a little less. I'm not sure. Bosses are a little weird. I'm being told by Argick that he's giving me a 15 or a 20, which is further disappointing. And I hear a baboon now in the Discord, as he got the quick kill. There we go. It was also an 11.
Okay. Anyway,
you okay there, Supersonic? You alright? You sound a little out of breath, friend.
I'm totally fine.
Sounds like someone's crying laughing.
Continue, sorry.
You're okay? Supersonic, my co-commentator Supersonic is having a moment. Now we're getting Knuckles here in Spring Stadium 2, grabbing 40 rings, grabbing the 10 ring box, and into the special stage. Did I say Argick? I meant CoEmpathy. Maybe I didn't say any name, but yes. Look at this one. This one, you can even see the render distance of the special stage off in the distance, like just turning to the left. That is absolutely immaculate design. I actually remember when I was running this, I was the only PC runner for a while. I was running this on like 24 hours no sleep because I had to reset my sleep schedule for a convention. And TGH was at my house because it was before we lived together. And Ben in Sweden, in the chat, not in the chat, but like in my chat at the time, said, "Yo, I can't wait for the next Coding Secrets episode on John Burton's Game Hut channel on YouTube, because it should definitely be titled How We Managed to Screw This Port Up, because what happened to these special stages? Like, they are... I think the sheer amount of rings is like exactly why, like they were very aware that they could only scroll at a set speed, and that they could, like, that you can't see the mines coming up. So I think they deliberately gave us all of those rings on purpose.
Also, not to mention the way how the special stage looks. It looks just as ugly as one of the special stages in Sonic and Knuckles. Like this, almost the same color scheme. I forgot which emerald number it was, but
oh my goodness,
very ugly.
Yeah, there's a really bad like color scheme or two in Blue Sphere for sure. One of these ends up looking like a couple of these look like Chemical Plant Zone when we get to it. I can't wait. And then there's they're going to be picking up Spring Stadium 2 Knuckles, which is very, very close to Spring Stadium 1 Tails, so, or Spring Stadium 2 Tails, so they're right next to each other. It's the only time Knuckles and Tails are on the screen at the same time, which is pretty cool. Argick failing too nice.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient that both Tails and Knuckles are there, but it wouldn't really help for the the Saturn and the PC version, since that would be practically the same special stage. But if you were really bored and wanted to collect extra rings to get the other, you can do that in the Genesis version.
Yeah, I really feel like all special stages is more worth it in the Genesis version of the game rather than Saturn or PC, partly because of load times, but also because the Genesis version has 14 unique layouts, depending on who you're going to, whereas Genesis and PC, Saturn and PC, much like how Supersonic just said, like, it'd be the same exact special stage layout.
Also, here's the Chemical Plant stage layout that you're probably alluding to.
Yep, there's this one, and then I think it's 6 or 7 that also looks very similar to this. I enjoy when like a runner, and this happens to me all the time too, you try to jump over mines because you see them at the last second, but you're too late, so you hit the mine, so Sonic just does his jump animation and like launches into the air. It's great. This is a video game. While we are in the special stage, Astra, if you have anything to read out, or plug or anything, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, sure thing. So, well, quickly, we have a $5 donation from Cool Bird Chi saying, "Give me those Chaos Ham Ropes."
Oh no! Keep going, I'm good.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Continue.
Alright. And just a reminder to you all, you are watching The Only Marathon, a speedrun marathon in memory of the only kid, raising money for the Trevor Project. They are the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. Very great organization, and every donation that goes in is for an amazing cause. So let's get those donations in.
Absolutely. We are on the road to our memeiest goal yet of $11,111.11. If y'all can get us to that total by the end of the marathon, that would be incredible and much appreciated. But all that you have raised so far is also fantastic.
Yeah, and just a reminder as well.
Yes.
When we do hit that, we should also be able to hit that SFX badges incentive for Paper Mario, which we are currently $164 out of 1,000 for. So let's get those donations in so we can get some wacky sounds in the Paper Mario run.
Yeah, MX4 has been working really hard on the all cards run. I've seen them streaming a lot of marathon prep for it and getting PBs even with like this, like, you know, the marathon route that they're working with, and also getting like under their initial estimate that they gave us with the sound effects badges routed in. So like, you definitely want to see that. It's really cool, and Paper Mario is just a classic and a very, very wonderful end to the marathon, I think. But we still have plenty of runs between now and then, so like definitely stick around throughout the rest of the day as we are in the final day of the Only Marathon. CoEmpathy getting the last Flicky in Spring Stadium 2 fairly easily. Argick on his way towards that sector, not quite there yet, but we're gonna see if CoEmpathy can get the one cycle on the Spring Stadium 3 boss, the Baby Rage boss, the Tantrum Thrower. 1, 2, 3, and I'm on the wrong feeds. I am absolutely on the wrong feeds again because I was looking at the donation total. I keep doing that. I've done that at least once a race. Very good at this.
Well, we can happily say that CoEmpathy is now in Diamond Dust.
Yes, yes we can, because I am in the present and not in the past.
Meanwhile, Argick just finishes up Spring Stadium 2, so he's gonna have his crack at the Baby Rage boss.
So we're gonna see how this goes for Argick here. I actually don't remember if he has actually gotten more consistent with the quick kill. That is a no. That is a very big no. Oh no! No die. Please no die. We have not had a death here in this stage. Oh my god, I can hear the oh no in the distance.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Just don't die, that's all I'm asking. I would like to save the I don't remember if it was, yeah, the $5 for not dying. We haven't had a death yet, actually, which is really impressive. Also, nice Knuckles special stage. Honestly, this is a Knuckles colored stage on CoEmpathy screen here. And Argick is working as nice. So that's a that's $10 for a failed ring route, and he has to make sure. Is it? Are you sure? He's just like yelling like, no, it's not. Look, it's money for charity. It's fine. Now it's definitely a failed ring route. Yep.
Oh, no.
Sitting there trying to argue with me, so that is not only $10 for a failed ring route, but this Argick struggling to die. So that's $15 because he had to not only pivot to he tried to pivot to save the ring route but could not, so he had to take a death. So that is $10 for the failed ring route, $5 for the death. Argick, you're gonna have to both are. You're blaming me. All right, okay. Immediate snowball. This might. There's a lot of rings in that hole there. Let's see if Argick can save it. No, that's. Yeah, that's gonna wait. Yeah, that's definitely a death. Yeah. CoEmpathy sliding right along. Argick still struggling to die. I believe up front, dying is a lot harder in this game than it looks. I mean that. Like, seriously, like, rings just find their way back to you because of the narrow walkways of the stages, and just unless you're in a stage that's really, really busy, and the final fight is notorious for this, the rings will despawn to, like, limit the sprites on the stage, but most stages don't have this problem. Alright, Argick taking definitely a different route here. Just trying to go up the Slush River to get to Knuckles. This emerald is obnoxious to get to, honestly.
Obnoxious.
Obnoxious. I actually don't know if this is a possibility in the PC version or even in the Saturn version. I don't think it is in the Saturn version. I'm not sure about PC, though. Can you die in these special stages like you can on Genesis? That's what I want to know. I'm not going to ask Argick to find out, or even CoEmpathy to find out, but I might find out on my own accord.
That's also another thing I've been wanting to, think about. Like, in the Genesis version, like, if you were to die in the special stage, does that take away a life?
No, it does not.
Okay. Yeah, I've always wondered about that. I didn't think about it until
it just
like,
counts
recently.
as a failure.
Okay.
Do we have any time for donations?
Sure do.
Yes.
All right, so we have $7.77. Ooh, lucky. From Mistress that says, you mean the Chaos Emeralds. Well, if that's what you're concerned about, I have another donation right here. From $2 from Anonymous that says, this race is ham-mazing. Incredible. And just as a reminder, we are slowly approaching $11,111.11. And with that, we can also achieve the Paper Mario SFX badges if we get there as well. So get those donations in, everyone.
Yeah, get those donations in, and remember to donate to the incentive specifically. If you donate a bunch of money, but you don't select an incentive, it will not go to the incentive, and then we'll need more money, which is not a bad thing, but also, like, if you mean for it to be hit, you should definitely make sure you are clicking the buttons that you need to click to be able to donate to the incentives. And while you're there, you can contribute to the bid wars. Your full dollar amount can go to both, and it should absolutely go to both. So, that being said, I believe CoEmpathy's actually... Did CoEmpathy grab Tails here in this, in Diamond Dust 2? Because, I remember she said that she was going to, but I don't know if she just, like, didn't and grabbed, Knuckles instead.
No, I believe she's in Tails.
Okay. Yeah, that is to make up for Brandino's, failed ring route and having to pivot and grab Knuckles to be able to complete the run.
Yeah, we should be fine here on the route to pretty much converge them.
Yeah. So, Argick making his way up the Slush River again. Different Slush River this time. Now we've got an orange Chaos Gusher on CoEmpathy's screen. I'm gonna call that Mango, actually, because I like mangoes. They're like my favorite fruit.
Yeah, it looks pretty mango-y.
Okay, good. CoEmpathy jumped over the ice spikes there because I was genuinely afraid that she was going to miss the jump and walk right into it, because I've definitely done that. I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't happen to anyone else but me, right?
Nope, that definitely happened to me, and there's a clip out there. Just ran straight into the spikes right after the
right!
Tail special
That
stage.
did happen to you!
Yeah.
And did that happen to you on the Saturn version, where dying just leads you to a loading screen?
I believe so. It might have been on the Saturn version. I have to double check on that. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that.
We have one of our restreamers in chat saying, "Good taste. Mango is a good vegetable. Fruit! Fruit! I meant fruit!" Shoutouts to Stellar. Oh my goodness. Mango is my favorite vegetables. My favorite vegetables? Okay, alright. I'm just botching words too. Like, it's singular vegetable. Alright, Argick is gearing up to, hopefully not lose his right, he lost his rings. It's okay, though, because all... He's, like, out here, like, being mad. He's got to get 28 rings. I'm helping you. 28 rings before he goes to the goal ring, which is very, very possible here, and he has plenty of time. There you go. 28 rings to get his ring route back in order so he can get Knuckles, because he is sticking to the all Knuckles route. There we go. Vegetable and fruits are kind of a social construct, is what chat is saying. Mango is such a good singular vegetables. Alright. So,
Also, HUD's mentioning, you know what I'm learning, chat? I don't really like... No, I really don't like quiet Arg. Talking Arg is best Arg.
Oh, I agree. He's talking. Yeah, I can hear you. Argick out here. Well, I'm responding and trying to give the context to the best of my ability while Argick memes it up over here. I can't He's like, meme? Me? No! Have you seen the first two legs? Which means, yeah, no, like, this entire race has been an incredible actual show of skill, but also an incredible meme this whole way through. It's also concentrating. I'm actually very curious what the final times of both teams together will be, because Brandino was a fair bit behind Rhodes at the end of the Saturn leg. TGH was very, very slightly ahead of Amy coming out of Genesis, and then Argick is trailing behind, still in Diamond Dust, while CoEmpathy is in the end of Volcano Valley 1. Going into Volcano Valley 2, I can't wait for you all to see this stupid emerald. Alright. I got a message earlier today from CoEmpathy, and it said something along the lines of, I lost my fire shield in Volcano Valley 2 while trying to get Knuckles, and that was probably the worst thing that could have ever happened. And I concur. Like, as long as she does not lose this fire shield, she'll be okay. Because watch as we leave Sector 1, which will be coming up momentarily, and she makes her way over to the location for Knuckles. This is another emerald where you have to loop back to the beginning of the stage from a later sector to be able to spawn Knuckles. So, gonna jump over these lava pits here with relative ease, run through the fire rope because we have a fire shield, we don't care. Mrs. Spring jump there we go. Get the flicky there, ignore the speed shoes because we don't really need them for this. Grabbing that flicky, running down this hill, going and smashing this block, and you'll notice from all the lava that the fire shield is very necessary, and finally getting to Knuckles for our final stage that also looks kind of like Chemical Plant. Not as seriously though, but definitely a Chemical Plant vibe to me.
We'll just call it like Sonic 2 Death Egg. It looks aesthetically similar.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Sonic 2 Death Egg, I agree with that. Argick in the Diamond Dust boss as well, just standing in the corner and letting the boss just bounce around and being like, alright, this is where I live now. I can't blast you, Sonic, I can't reach you. Because, you know, Eggman's AI is fantastic in this video game. So, Supersonic, who do you think is gonna, like, actually end up winning? Because CoEmpathy is making a fair bit of time up for Team Knuckles here. So, I think it might be pretty close overall.
I honestly think it will be pretty close. I feel like the PC and the Saturn versions will probably even each other out. And then probably the slightest edge on the Genesis version. So, it's gonna be kind of hard to call, like, who exactly would be winning this race, but I would probably say maybe Team Knuckles may have just a slight edge.
Oh no, Argick, oh never mind. He said activating hyper hard mode, and I got very scared and thought he had lost his fire shield in Volcano Valley 2, and I look at his screen, he's still in Volcano Valley 1, it's okay. Like, panic has been averted.
Do we have any time for donations?
We most certainly do.
Alrighty, we have $10 from Crunch Prank that says, another dono to shout out Spike and Nukes for making me aware of FPE and this event. Can't wait to see this continue to grow. Then a $40.13 donation from RPG that says, huge thank you to the staff for an incredible level of effort put into this absolutely fantastic event. Kid would be proud beyond belief of what's been accomplished in their honor. GNU, the only kid. Indeed, this marathon, just everyone coming together in 3 weeks to put together what is such a fantastic marathon is incredible, and just shout outs to everyone involved. It's such an amazing event that we have going so far, and we're still going strong. We still have half the day to go, so, you know, let's keep going.
Absolutely true. And again, thank you all so much for your support through this, and thank you to all the volunteers again, and like Astra is hosting here and also was part of our games committee, which that was a weekend. That was a weekend of 2 very long meetings, but very fun meetings, honestly. It was really fun building this schedule for you all. And it looks like everyone has been enjoying everything up to this point, and there's still plenty more to go, like Astra said. We still have over half the day to go for run, so definitely keep the donations coming, and definitely stick around and keep watching. So, CoEmpathy's in a boss fight. We haven't talked about this boss fight because there is very little to talk about, but yeah, that's a boss fight. That is in fact the boss fight.
Yeah, it only takes about 20 seconds, so you can pretty much miss it by blinking a few times.
Exactly. So Argick is in the final special stage here, trying to get his final gusher. And talk about his yeets. Alright, well, I'll put it this way. Alright, so I introduced Argick to this version of the game. In fact, Argick got the game from me. And he runs this version of the game, in best settings, specifically for 2 reasons. One, because he thinks the backgrounds that are corrupted for the special stages are absolutely hilarious. And then, secondly, when he gets enough rings, he's going to do his favorite thing. He just really, really, really enjoys yeeting Sonic into absolute orbit. He must go. His people need him. In fact, the Flickies need him to ascend into the heavens and save them by collecting all of the Chaos Gushers. It just so happens that yeeting yourself into oblivion also happens to be the safest way of progressing once you have enough rings, which Argick currently still does not. But he is yeeting himself anyways, avoiding all the little mines and trying to grab the rings that he still needs to be able to complete the special stage. Uh-oh, taking a hit. It's also funny, these are the only mines in either game that will, that will only take 5 rings off of you. The other 2 versions of the game take 10. Probably because there's far fewer of them. Lexi leaving Gene Gadget 1 into Gene Gadget 2. We're going to see if we're going to have some slopey Soap of Rage. Wow, soapy Slope of Rage. And not a word. Oh my god. I'm going to fight Argick. Alright, so Argick also has all of the Gushers. So best ending requirements are complete. It is just a matter of mad dashing all the way through through Gene Gadget and Panic Puppet to get to the final fight. CoEmpathy, don't forget that Wookie. Let's go. Alright. So, successfully sloped the Slope of Rage, avoiding the soapiness of it, and not slipping down. Progressing very smoothly through Gene Gadget, while Argick is progressing to get the Dumb Knuckles Emerald. Oh no, wait.
No, he already got it.
Oh, he already got it. Never mind. I am like on. And now it's time for Argick to get the 7th emerald all over again. Are we in a death loop? Are we in a time loop? I mean, we could very well end the marathon with, and now it's time for the only marathon. Sponsored by raising money for the Trevor Project. It is totally day 1. I don't know what you're talking about. There is no day 3 on the schedule anymore. It is now day 1 again. Because there's been... Oh, yeah.
This is how we continue the marathon. This is how we keep raising money.
Exactly.
Just hey, this is the start, and we just copy paste the schedule after this run.
Yeah, if we go into a time loop, that means infinite. Oh no, that's our first death of the race, and that is $5 out of my pocket. Oh, sorry, it is not our first death of the race. It is our 3rd death of the race. Argick, please don't. It's not worth. Okay. Argick having trouble. So I used to call, in my splits, I used to call this boss free. And despite the fact that I hate the word free in speedrunning, because nothing in speedrunning is free. You have to put some amount of effort into it to be able to get any good at it. I after dying a number of times on Volcano Valley 3, I finally removed that name in my splits. It got really tired of it and reminded me I was wrong. But oh no, did you know that you can despawn a Flicky here in Gene Gadget or in the game in general by taking a hit on the same frame you collect a Flicky? It will just make it disappear into the ether. It has happened to me. I just hear, oh, for the fudge, and I see just running right into the electric fence. Yep. It does hurt, but, you can actually just straight up despawn a Flicky and have to take a death to get it to respawn. It's happened to me, it's happened to Dagrin, it's happened to King Rhodes. In the stage that CoEmpathy's in, you can actually have a Flicky go out of bounds, which happened to me like 2 days ago when I was practicing the PC version as being a potential replacement in the case of power outages. Which thankfully I did not have to do that. But I managed to break one of my Flickies off of my chain as I was going onto a conveyor belt at the beginning of Sector 1 of Panic Puppet 1, and that blue Flicky is trying to find Sonic, but he goes out of bounds. But then I managed to grab him somehow, because if Sonic's sprite overlaps with a Flicky sprite, it counts as you grabbing it, even if, you know, depth perception-wise, it shouldn't actually work.
We have our next opportunity at Eggman.
Ah, yes, it is time. It is most certainly time. Coming up right now, it is Argman.
What?
I would go with TGH man, but that doesn't actually fit in 2 syllables.
Teach man.
Teach man. Is that you, Arg? Is that you? Oh my God, Mendez with the egg slap. Tugman is what Argick is saying. Tigga. I'm just, Argick and I are just going back and forth saying that. Sorry, it sounds way dumber, like with just my audio, but I promise you, Argick's just out here to make me sound dumb. He's giggling like a child. Yep, that is exactly his goal. Big fish, we fish cardboard box. Okay. He is having a great time right now. Just, yep. Oh, Egg J would work. Jagman. Jagman! Yeah, we're going with that one. We're going with that one. I'm waiting with bated breath for Argick to get to Panic Puppet 2 now. But CoEmpathy, meanwhile, in Panic Puppet 3, Argick is very aware that he is muted, so he is talking to us on commentary, mostly to distract us. He will be unmuted when he is allowed to give shoutouts because of the way we have our audio set up.
Also, if you notice on Eggman right now on CoEmpathy's screen, the areas where you hit Eggman, they don't look very right.
Yeah, no, I noticed that the other day, and I was like, oh, those are corrupted too. That ain't right. They're supposed to be blue lights. Instead, they're just like this mess of rainbow colors because something's hecking up the texture. But CoEmpathy's going to go into the final fight, which also looks rather different between Saturn and Genesis. The PC version is a weird hybrid. It's like the black background of the Saturn, but all the other assets of the... the black background of the Genesis, but all the other assets of the Saturn version. Which makes it kind of look like the worst one, in my opinion.
Yeah, because those objects are just floating.
Yeah, they don't look like they're any part of anything. They're just kind of there. If they had just done the Saturn floor with the black background of the Genesis, that would have been fine. But now we've just got these all weird floating bits and bobs for no reason other than because they can.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I'm gonna try to translate that to chat. He said, Arg, 4 stages behind because of Diamond Dust? Oh, couldn't be me. I love Diamond Dust. Yep, Diamond Dust is great. Yep. Stupid Diamond Dust. I think he's enjoying having me parrot him at this point. Probably want a cracker. I have absolutely annihilated both Supersonic and Argick right now. I hope chat is enjoying just me translating memes as best I can. CoEmpathy showing Eggman that he has Stormtrooper aim once more. Yeah, I can now add Argick Interpreter to my resume. Yep. I mean, considering at one point after your first stint of commentary on our Sonic 4 Episode 2 run, I reacted with, were there any words in that? It's... I just hear, oh, I'm stuck in the corner, I can't get out! Alright, hold on, it's time for the enigmatic Jagman!
Jagman!
And also, I'm very delayed by compared to what Argick has said, but he's like, am I gonna get mipped? Am I gonna get mipped? I just got mipped and, you know, nobody's not gonna know what I'm gonna say, but maybe they do. I totally got that wrong, but you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yep, Argick did not get mipped, I can confirm.
Oh, wow, he lied to me. He lied to me and made me lie to chat. Alright, so we stop having me translate. Alright, that's what I'm hearing. I misinterpreted. I am a bad interpreter.
By the way, Lexi's on. You're gonna be on time pretty soon.
Yep. Alright, and time. There we go. That is world record, is what Lexi just said. So, what time was that in RTA for you? 45:15.
GG's.
Yeah, Lexi got world record on PC. Like, we were talking before this relay, like, yeah, the PC route's definitely not optimized because no one really runs it. For whatever reason. I think it's a hilarious version to run, but it is definitely a little jank to run on Windows 10. But, like, Lexi was just like, yeah, remember how we said, like, a couple of days ago that it was not optimized? It most certainly was not, because she's been getting world record after world record in this category for this version of the game because of, you know, the fact that there's no optimal, like, run for it. That being said, with the garbage emeralds that are Rusty Rune 1 Knuckles and Diamond Dust 1 Knuckles and VV2 Knuckles, like, oh my goodness. You cannot get better than that with this route. Or maybe you can, but, like, I want to see CoEmpathy do the optimized route for PC. Which is the same as Saturn, but, you know, I want to see what time is possible with that. That'd be really, really cool. So Argick is in the final fight, so Astra, if you have any donations while we're doing the first lap of the phases here, or any messages.
Alrighty. So we have a $5 donation from Jeffy. Alrighty, and then after that donation, we have another fun little message we'd like to throw out here. We'd like to extend our thanks to Overclocked Remix for being the provider of many of the Sonic remixes you've been hearing between runs in the Sonic and Knuckles blocks. Check out the website and music. Remix.
So I'm actually being told that there were 4 world records during races across
or by using exclamation point
across the
OCR
entire marathon with that new one. So so just so y'all know, like, not 4 world records in this relay race. There was only one. It was CoEmpathy on the PC version here for best ending. The other world records were 2 different Sonic 1 Forever world records, so Boss Rush and the Knuckles category for Sonic 1 Forever, and then Claw world record in, was it Knuckles in Sonic 2 or something?
Knuckles in S3 Air.
Knuckles in Sonic 3 Air, sorry. And then Lexi just got this one for 3D Blast, doing the all Knuckles Emeralds route, although +1 Tails, because in trade-off for Brandino. Also, is this the second lap for Argick? It is the first lap. Okay.
Alright. So, let's try this again. Alright, so we have a $5 donation from Jeffy. With a message that says, what do we have to do to keep Arg this quiet all the time? Well, why would you want to have him quiet? That's the question. And so, let's do this again. So, we'd like to extend our thanks to Overclocked Remix for being the provider of many of the Sonic remixes you're hearing between runs and the Sonic and Knuckles blocks. Check out their website and music at ocremix.org or by using the exclamation point OCR command in the chat. Yeah, definitely check it out. The music has been fantastic, and you can also find several other fantastic remixes on there as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much good OCR music, even some from TGH on OCR as well. When he used to do remixes and stuff like that, so you can check that out as well. Plenty of good Sonic stuff, plenty of other good video game remixes, and I just want to extend my thanks to CoEmpathy, TGH, Brandino, Amy, King Rhodes, and lastly Argick for taking part in this relay and being my guinea pigs for you missed a hit. Oh my god, Argick. Being my guinea pigs for this relay, and when I say guinea pigs, I say that with all the love in the world, because this is our first time doing a relay like this, and it's been incredible. It's been a meme, but it's been incredible to see all of you like take on the challenge of showcasing every single emerald location in the game. And we're coming up on time on Argick in just a moment when the screen fades, and that's time. So what's that time on your splits, Arg? You can unmute your mic now. Unmute your mic, mute your game audio.
I didn't run splits because I knew this was going to be a train wreck. The practice went so well that Diamond1 said, wouldn't it be a shame if I stole like 3 lives from you? Yeah,
I'm just glad you didn't game over.
I did not game over, but you want something fun? I missed 2 hits on that final fight.
Oh, I wasn't even like looking hard enough. Apparently,
chat was saying it as well. I'm just saying to judges like, shh, don't tell them, shh. I missed one of the hand hits. Like when the hands came towards me, I missed it. It's like, oh no!
That's like the worst phase to miss it on too, because it takes so long.
It's like, yeah, I that 51-12. That's I said to Lexi as I was starting here, it's like, so if I get a 46, that would be great. It's like, Lexi, don't trounce me, okay? You can get a 43. It's like, or you'll get a 45. Like, don't trounce me too hard. And then it's like, if I get a 46, it means I did good. If I did a 47, that means, all right, that was cool. If I get a 48 and above, it's like, I whiffed it.
Oh my goodness. While Huds is getting us our final stats, do you want to do your shout-outs?
Thank you, everybody, for doing all this. All the stuff and that, like Amber, Huds, Mendez, Tej, all the volunteers coming out here. Tej, I just read Tej because I said Ted in chat. Damn it, Huds, you're confusing me in my shout out. Like all the volunteers, all the staff and that for joining us for this event. It's honestly been absolutely amazing. We have completely blown past anything. Like what we set out to, we've smashed it, and we still have half a day to go. A big thank you to all the players in the relay here. Brandino, Amy, TGH, Lexi, me, I'm missing somebody. Oh no. Okay, Kingrhodes, there we go. I'm forgetting someone. No.
The unassuming Kingrhodes.
Yeah, but like, thank you everyone for joining us. It's been great fun. But yeah, let's continue with the event. Let's find out who won. Sorry.
All right, so...
Oh wait, no, hold on. Amber called me an anchor, and unfortunately they were right.
All right, so with the final time information from Huds, from Team Knuckles, Brandino finished with a 1:10.14, TGH finished with a 40:04, Lexi finished with a 45:15, which was world record for the category for PC, with a total of 2 hours, 35 minutes, and 33 seconds. Meanwhile, Team Tails, Kingrhodes finished with a 1:03.12, Amy with a 40:21, Argick with a 51:12, with a total of 2:34.45, 48 seconds between the teams. Team Tails is the victor.
I was not.
Yeah. Argick is having a great time right now. All right, so these stats might be wrong, but this is what I'm going with at a glance. We'd have to go back for the last race, but at a glance, we're looking at 3 deaths from Argick, 3 failed ring routes from Brandino. I only saw 1, so I must have missed something. Arg had 2 actual ring route fails. Soap of Rage 3 times across the team. So 1 from Brandino, 1 from TGH, 1 from Amethyst, and then 2 mandatory isometric platforming hits with from Amy and Argick. So that is $5 per death, so $15 for the deaths, $40 for the ring routes, and I offered to do $5 per Soap of Rage and mandatory isometric platforming, which is another $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, so $65, and oh my god, $65, $70, $75, $80, 80
Regretting
or 85.
it yet?
Yeah, I'm starting to regret my life right now. Sorry, corrected. $95 to charity. Oh, no. All right, well, that's my charitable contribution for the stream. $95. If anyone wants to match me, there were, again, we're going to post this in chat. I was doing $5 per death, $10 per failed ring route, $5 per Soap of Rage, $5 per MIPS. Let me copy the image address here. If y'all want to match in a way that you are comfortable doing so, it could be, you know, cents even. Yeah. I did this right. Oh my god, the TGH Eggman. What have I done? But yeah, I am donating $95 to charity after I get off comms. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's okay. All right. So I will catch you all. That's gonna be for the race. Supersonic, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Well, while I'm trying to catch my breath from laughing obnoxiously hard for quite a good while, I want to thank Amber for being my commentator partner for this. Like, they carried me throughout this entire thing. Well, I couldn't really talk much because I'm just laughing my butt off the entire time.
You were here for the memes.
Yeah, so I do appreciate you for having me on board for this. Also, huge shout outs to the International Isometric Salt Mine crew, aka the Sonic 3D Blast community. I've been introduced to the community back in 2018, and that's pretty much around the same time when I met Kid, and I've already spoke my spiel about it in my past couple runs. I just saw the... I'm looking at the stream right now, so I'm losing my composure again. Anyways, I don't want to take up too much more time. I just want to thank all the viewers for watching, everyone for donating. This has been a very incredible experience, seeing like the original goal pretty much smashed to like tenfold. Like, we're in 10K right now, which is absolutely incredible. I want to thank everyone for being a contributor for it, and yeah, just thank you, everyone. I don't know what else to say. I'm just mumbling at this point.
You are good, Supersonic. I was very happy to have you here to join me for commentary and just like be the color that like my absolute stupidity needed.
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yep. Did someone just change the category to Amber's crying wallet %?
Yep.
Yep, there it is. There it is. All right. Well, I am going to be back for the finale of the marathon, so I will keep my shoutouts brief. I've already done a bunch of shoutouts, but thank you to the 3D Blast community for doing this. GNU, the only kid, and I know that this absolute meme of a race would have made you very, very proud, you filthy memer. May you rest in memes, and I love you to death, dude. I'm so sad you're gone, but I will continue, you know, doing this in your honor, friend, and just to everyone in chat, take care of those you love, check in on them, and you know, just be kind to each other and to yourselves. But coming up next, there is, I actually forgot what's next. I forgot my own schedule at this point. Coming up next is some runs by some runner.
Nuclear Blaze by Rune.
Thank you, Nuclear Blaze by Rune. Thank you. I have forgotten my own schedule, but you all take it easy in chat. I will see you on the other side at the end of the marathon. And oh my God, Mendez, why? All right, take it easy, y'all, and I'm turning it back over to Astra.
Alrighty. So, let's kick it off with some donations here. We got a $51.12 donation from Argick. I can't do the full amount, but here's my time from 3D Blast Relay in a donation. Thank you so much, Argick. And then we got $45 from Brandino that says, money for the 3D Blast Relay. I donated $50 earlier, so shoring it up with a nice $45 here. Love the 3D Blast community. And then finally $60 from King Rhodes that says $5 for everything that happened. Amazing event, amazing relay race, so fun to be a part of. But don't forget, Team Tails. GG's to everyone, it was such a blast. And that'll be it from me for now. I'll be back later for Deltarune, so check in on that. And anyways, thank you all so much for sticking around here for the Only Marathon. And shoutouts to everyone here and the staff, and I'll have more shoutouts later, but thank you so much, and I'll see you on the flip side.